Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. 100-Year-Old Blacksmith. Temper the skin 10,000 times at the beginning. Chapter 41. It's probably in this area. There are some spoils there, and they may have been picked up by others. You can go there, I won't go. After Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu listened, they were a little stunned. The old man's speech gave people a very unreliable feeling. They don't even know if there are any loot, so let them run around. What if they don't get anything? The risk is too great. In addition, those who come to be supporters are generally not very strong. For example, these two people, the elder brother is an intermediate practitioner, and the little sister is a junior practitioner. In most cases, the hunter also provides some protection for the supporter. But this trip, if Lin Shu didn't go out, the two of them would go on an adventure, and it might be a waste of time. But Lin Shu, a hunter, stayed in the hunting camp without any risk. At this moment, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu wanted to refuse and regret it. But this kind of thing affects the reputation too much, and may cause no one to cooperate with them in the future. Therefore, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu could only follow what Lin Shu said. The truck started and the two left the hunting camp. This is a special light truck with fast speed and low noise. It also has functions such as heat induction and camouflage, which greatly improves the survival rate in the wilderness. Brother, how do I feel? If we cooperate with this old man, we will be miserable in the future. Zhao Yu looked sad. Don't be too pessimistic. If we make this trip in vain this time, then we can use this as an excuse to terminate the partnership with this old man, and it won't affect our reputation. Zhao Xing comforted. By the way, brother, why didn't you let me refuse just now? Zhao Yu remembered again that he was going to refuse, but his elder brother agreed first. Didn't you see it? This old man and Chong Hao seem to have a very good relationship. If we refuse, Chong Hao may be unhappy. Zhao Xing explained. In fact, he was thinking of getting acquainted with the old man first, and then let the old man set up a line to get acquainted with Chong Hao. Now he also feels that this old man is too unreliable, and when this mission is over, he will terminate the cooperative relationship, forgetting about getting acquainted with Chong Hao. After all, life is still important. After leaving the hunting camp, the brothers and sisters became nervous, praying in their hearts that they would not encounter any fierce beasts. If it is a first-order early stage or middle stage ferocious beast, the speed of the truck is enough for them to escape, and even if there is a head-on collision, their strength can handle it. In case of encountering a first-order high-level beast or a second-order beast, the brothers and sisters will be in danger. And this hunting camp is a little far away from Kunyan City. The probability of first-tier high-level beasts and second-tier beasts appearing nearby is not low. I don't know if the prayers of the brothers and sisters worked. Along the way, they encountered a few first-level junior or intermediate beasts, and they easily got rid of them without encountering any danger. 3 hours later, almost there, Zhao Yu revealed a look of joy. Just go to the place Lin Shu said and see if there are any loot here, and they can return. 10 minutes later, the truck slowed down, and the two siblings stuck their heads out of the window, looking around. This old man, you can't just send us in a hurry. There is no spoils here. It seems that the trip will be in vain. Zhao Xing said with some dissatisfaction. Hey, brother, I seem to have found the spoils, over there. Little sister Zhao Yu suddenly cried out in surprise. The truck drove past quickly, and the brother and sister walked to a place full of potholes and mud, and there were many scorched marks, and looked at a large pile of spoils on the ground somewhere. The two were stunned. There are really loot, and there are a lot of them. Brother, this seems to be the horn of the Iron Demon Ox. This is the most valuable material on the Iron Demon Ox. A pair of high-level horns is worth 6,000 to 7,000 star coins. There are actually horns of a second-tier Iron Demon Bull here. The horns of a second-tier Iron Demon Bull are worth 20,000 to 30,000 star coins. I'm going. Look at this. What is the quality of such a big and heavy horn? This horn is taller than my entire body. In addition to the horns of the Iron Demon Ox, there are also some miscellaneous materials, including some special bones, or scales, and so on. The siblings were ecstatic and exclaimed again and again. Without encountering any danger, after running for a few hours, they harvested a batch of spoils of such high value. In their working careers, there is no single trophy that can surpass this time. Brother, there are still human bones here. Zhao Yu looked at the bones in the weeds beside him, his face was startled. Zhao Xing was a little calmer. This is outside the city, and dead people can't be more normal. He moved closer, observed for more than 10 seconds and said, these people died within 5 days, and their flesh and viscera were also eaten by ferocious beasts recently. Could it be that old man who killed them? Little sister made a bold guess. But that old grandfather looked very weak, probably not even as good as his own brother. Is it possible that the 4 dead humans are not as good as my brother? This is unlikely. It's impossible for the horns of these iron demon cows to be hunted and killed by that old man, right? Zhao Xing asked back. In his view, this is simply impossible. The quality of these iron demon horns was very high. After a little calculation, there were at least 7 or 8 second-tier iron demon cows. Even a powerful martial master would find it difficult to get so many spoils. And Lin Shu is just an intermediate practitioner, still so old. Perhaps these trophies, as well as these few human bones, have nothing to do with Lin Shu. Lin Shu just happened to pass by and knew there was a treasure here. Don't worry about it so much, pack up your things, and let's get out of here quickly. Zhao Xing shouted. The brothers and sisters acted immediately and loaded all the valuable things nearby into the truck. After all, the 2 of them could get 5% of the interest. In the car, the brother and sister had ruddy complexions and were in a happy mood. Their impression of Lin Shu has changed a lot, although they are still not optimistic about Lin Shu's strength and subsequent cooperation. But no matter what, they easily made a big deal because of Lin Shu, and this is a big thank you to Lin Shu. After a few hours, the siblings returned to the hunting camp. Zhao Xing, Zhao Yu, you're back, how is the delivery going this time? An older woman in red greeted her warmly. Her name is Sun Siqian, she is an intermediate practitioner, and also a supporter, and she is a colleague of Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu. But all along, she has earned more than Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu, and she often shows off how much she earns in front of her brothers and sisters, and she has a senior attitude, teaching Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu how to be like herself. Huh, why just the 2 of you? Where's your collaborator? Sun Siqian was surprised. Under normal circumstances, the supporters will return to the hunting camp with the cooperative hunters. Of course, there are some special cases, which are relatively rare. Could it be that your collaborator died unfortunately while hunting the beast? Don't be too pessimistic. Although this order is yellow, it's good that you can come back alive. There are opportunities to make money. The key is to make money with your life. Sun Siqian comforted her with a sad look. Zhao Xing looked down on this woman a little bit, and wanted to open the car directly to show Sun Siqian his loot. However, let's wait for Lin Shu to come. Little sister, you stay here, I'll go find Grandpa Lin. Zhao Xing left quickly. Zhao Yu looked at Sun Siqian and said, our collaborator is not dead, my brother is looking for him. Sun Siqian was taken aback. Your collaborator returned to the camp ahead of you. In the case of long-distance driving, the practitioner cannot run better than the car. After all, the practitioner will be tired, but the car will not. No, Grandpa Lin didn't go out, he was waiting for us in the camp. Zhao Yu said. Sun Siqian was even more puzzled. What kind of cooperation is this? The hunters stay in the camp and don't go out, but the supporters who are responsible for collecting the loot go outside to take risks. Sun Siqian didn't understand at all. If no one hunted the beasts, where would the spoils come from? Zhao Yu, your collaborators are too unreliable, you won't be cheated, right? You have to learn how to manage, and you have to use your advantages as a woman to attract high-quality customers, and your conditions are not bad. Sun Siqian smiled. Zhao Yu looked a little embarrassed, and didn't want to answer Sun Siqian's words. Every time Sun Siqian came to teach them how to make money, she would say this. But Zhao Yu wants to make money by owning her own skills, instead of sacrificing her body for money, and she despises this method. After a little while, Zhao Xing and Lin Shu came over. When Sun Siqian saw the old man beside Zhao Xing, she was dumbfounded. When Zhao Yu said about Grandpa Lin just now, she didn't pay much attention to it, thinking it was because he was a little older. But this is too big. Almost 100 years old. Are you afraid you can't even run? He dared to go out of the city to hunt fierce beasts, isn't he afraid of death? And how strong can such an old man be? Zhao Yu and Zhao Xing would basically not make any money by cooperating with this old man, and there was a risk of losing their lives at any time. Zhao Yu and Zhao Xing are so pitiful that they can't find any other collaborators, so they can only cooperate with this old man. This is too miserable. Open it and have a look, Lin Shu said. Zhao Yu immediately came to the driving seat and pressed a button. Immediately afterwards, the four sides of the carriage were completely spread out, exposing the contents inside to the air. The carriage, as if turned into a booth, displayed the trophies. Sun Siqian glanced casually. If you cooperate with this old man, what kind of spoils can you get? Besides, this old man never went out at all. However, Sun Siqian saw a lot of things on the truck. Take a closer look. Sun Siqian suddenly opened her eyes wide, horrified, and took a few breaths of air conditioning. So much loot. Sun Siqian has also been a supporter for 6 or 7 years, and she can see the value of many materials at a glance. Therefore, she can even estimate the approximate value of the materials of this truck. With this estimate, Sun Siqian's breathing became short of breath, and she was a little dizzy. With so many trophies and such a large business deal, Zhao Yu and Zhao Xing managed to do it. These two were really lucky. When Sun Siqian looked at the old man Lin Shu again, she no longer showed any disdain or contempt, but showed greed. She even wondered if she should hook up with Lin Shu. Although a bit too old. But she has never tried it at such an age, maybe it's not a taste. Less. Lin Shu looked at the spoils and said calmly. Lin Sr., our supporters are very trustworthy and will never cheat your spoils. Zhao Xing said quickly. I didn't say you cheated on me, you should have been eaten by a fierce beast. After all, the large pile of loot was placed in the wilderness, and it was good that no one else found it and took it away, but the sense of smell of fierce beasts is keen, smelling the smell of flesh and blood, how could it be indifferent? For this batch of ferocious beast materials, all the edible ones were eaten up, leaving only some inedible ones. This also confirmed Lin Shu's guess. Sun Siqian was startled again. The old man actually said that this batch of loot was a little less. It is hard to imagine how amazing the original loot should be. Hello old senior, I am Sun Siqian, and I am also a supporter. I have worked for more than 10 years and have rich experience. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu are also brought out by me. Sun Siqian stroked her hair, lowered her neckline slightly, and smiled charmingly. Hello old senior, I am Sun Siqian, and I am also a supporter. I have worked for more than 10 years and have rich experience. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu are also brought out by me. Next time you want to go out on an adventure, you can also find me. Sun Siqian stroked her hair, lowered her neckline slightly, and smiled charmingly. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu's face suddenly darkened. Sun Siqian always regarded herself as a senior on weekdays, but she never expected that she would do such a shameless thing, robbing their collaborators in front of the siblings. This is totally not taking Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu seriously. I already have a partner, Lin Shu said lightly. After living for so long, he naturally saw through Sun Siqian's thoughts at a glance, and had no interest in this kind of woman at all. Zhao Xing Zhao Yu, sell these goods. Lin Shu looked at the siblings. Okay, Lin Sr., get in the car too, and I'll take you to an exchange. Seeing that Lin Shu was not bewitched by beauty, Zhao Xing refused without hesitation, and couldn't help admiring the old man. If it were him, he really couldn't refuse such a beauty as Sun Siqian. The carriage was closed again, started, and left. Sun Siqian stood where she was, with an embarrassed expression on her face. Robbing people in front of their peers, and even betraying their lust, but being rejected by the other party is really embarrassing. A few minutes later, the truck came to a building called Thunderblade Exchange. This Thunderblade Exchange was built by one of the 4 major martial arts gyms in Kunyan City. It sells spoils here, and the price is absolutely fair. Zhao Xing smiled and said to Lin Shu. A staff member came over and looked at Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu. He has the impression that the value of the loot brought in each time is only about 200,000 to 300,000, and they are supporters with poor connections. Then the staff took another look at Lin Shu, a white-haired old man. Come on, this time I'm afraid there will be no spoils of 200,000 yuan. Open the car. The staff came over and said casually. But when the car was opened and all the loot was revealed, the staff member was dumbfounded and almost blurted out. I saw that the truck was full of monster materials. Even if the grade of these materials is not high, they can still be worth a lot of money. However, the staff found that most of the grades are acceptable, and a small number of materials are of very high grades. Is this really the trophy consigned by Zhao Yu and Zhao Xing? The staff had deep doubts, and took a closer look at the brothers and sisters. It was indeed them, and they were not mistaken. Looking at Lin Shu again, I suddenly felt that this old man was a bit unpredictable. All go, so many monster materials. These are all materials from the Iron Demon Bull. This cart of materials is worth a lot of money. Look at this, there is a big Iron Demon Bull horn, look at the texture on it, this Iron Demon Bull is probably close to the 3rd order level. Are you so awesome? There were also other people who came to sell materials nearby. At this moment, their eyes were all attracted by Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu's truck, and they were amazed. These are the trophies of that old man. This is scary. That old man looks so old, I thought he was weak. I didn't expect to be so fierce and get so many spoils. You can't judge by appearance, this old man must be a master. Those two supporters sent it. Lin Shu became the focus, and Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu also received a certain amount of attention. The two of them had been supporters in the hunting camp for 3 years, and they had always been ignored, suppressed, and looked down upon. They have never received this level of attention, and some of them are martial masters, all watching them. This made Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu feel a little flustered. Zhao Xing raised his head and chest, showing a touch of pride. Zhao Yu was a little shy, with 2 small dimples appearing on her pretty face. Come on, let's count these materials. The staff hurriedly yelled, and several people ran over immediately. 3, you have a lot of materials and high grades. It will take some time to clear them up. Why don't you sit inside? The staff member bowed slightly and asked with a smile. Let's go. Lin Shu stepped forward. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu followed behind, and the staff member was beside him. After the 3 of them entered the Thunderblade Exchange, the staff immediately prepared tea and snacks and brought them up. Zhao Xing felt refreshed for a while. In the past, the staff of the Thunderblade Exchange looked down on the 2 brothers and sisters, and every time they counted the spoils, they would wait outside. But today, the people here are respectful to them, and invite them to come in and sit, serve tea and water. In short, today Zhao Xing is simply too cool, and all this is because of running an order for Lin Shu. Outside the Thunderblade Exchange, a practitioner in black passed by and stopped when he saw a truck full of valuable monster materials. It's amazing, I don't know which big man's spoils of war it is. The practitioner in black was envious. But at this time, he found that among these trophies, there was a blood-striped sword that looked familiar. Isn't this the lone wolf's sword? Why is it here? The practitioner in black looked surprised. He knew Lone Wolf, and Lone Wolf's weapon was very powerful, which made him very jealous, so he was deeply impressed by this weapon. Isn't Lone Wolf fond of this weapon? How could he sell it together with these beast materials? The black-clothed practitioner felt something was wrong. Go tell Dage. The practitioner in black left quickly. This blood-striped saber was the weapon of the one-eyed man. His team wanted to kill people for profit, but was killed by Lin Shu. When Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu collected the trophies, they loaded all the valuable treasures into the car, and this blood-striped sword was not easy at first glance, so they naturally didn't let it go, and sent it along with the beast materials. Inside the Thunderblade Exchange, Lin Shu, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu waited for about half an hour. A man in a suit came over, looked at Lin Shu and the 3 of them, and then his eyes fell on Lin Shu. Hello, my name is Chen Song, and I'm the director of Thunderblade Exchange. Chen Song, a man in a suit, introduced himself. Director Chen. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu hurriedly greeted him and were very polite to him. They cooperate with the Thunderblade Exchange, and all the items sold here have some commissions. And Chen Song is the director of Thunderblade Exchange. If they can get along well, it will be self-evident for their benefits. You really don't know what you look like. I didn't expect so many spoils, all of which belong to you, old man. Chen Song said with a smile, and at the same time felt the fluctuation of spirit power on Lin Shu, which was only at the level of an intermediate practitioner. This surprised him very much. That load of materials, not to mention one intermediate practitioner, even if 100 intermediate practitioners work together, it is difficult to do it. However, He was also embarrassed to inquire about how Lin Shu obtained these beast materials. This is the Thunder Blade Exchange, which is only responsible for transactions. If you want to find out the secrets of customers, this business will definitely not work. It's just luck. Lin Shu said something casually. Luck. Chen Song pondered for a while, and guessed that Lin Shu might have encountered the corpses of many ferocious beasts by chance, and picked up this pile of materials for nothing. This kind of thing is not uncommon. The fierce beasts will also fight with each other, and the dead beasts will leave some precious materials. Whoever is lucky to be the first to find it will make a lot of money. Mister, your trophy Thunderblade exchange has been liquidated. The total value is 1.91 million star coins. We will give you a round number, 2 million star coins. Chen Songdao, 2 million. When Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu heard this number, they immediately felt dizzy. For the two of them, this is simply an astronomical figure. If the two of them had so many star coins, they would definitely quit this business and go back to Kunyan City to practice stealthily. 2 million star coins is enough to make a qualitative leap in the strength of the siblings. But they also know that it's just enough to think about these dreams, it's unrealistic. But Grandpa Lin Shu earned 2 million star coins so easily, which made the two very envious. Okay, hit my card. Lin Shu called out a number. Compared to the excitement of the siblings, he was as calm as water, which made Chen Song a little impressed. In fact, Lin Shu was a little surprised. The price slightly exceeded his expectation. He didn't know that this price also included the weapons and defensive suits of the One-Eyed Men's team, which were also worth a lot of money. Chen Song immediately asked his men to withdraw money. After a while, Chen Song smiled and said, Mister, the money has already been deposited. Thank you for trusting Thunder Blade Exchange. I look forward to your next visit. After the transaction closes, Lin Shu took Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu away and paid their expenses. The supporters all took 5% of the profits from the loot, and Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu finally got a reward of 100,000 star coins. 100,000 star coins also made the siblings happy for a long time. Thank you, Lin Sr. The two bowed to express their gratitude to Lin Shu. After this order was made, the people of Thunder Blade Exchange will also pay close attention to them. In short, Lin Shu's order brought them many benefits. Thank you, you deserve it. Lin Shu waved his hand and didn't care. By the way, do you know that there is a volcano nearby? Lin Shu asked. Most of the lava beasts he was looking for lived near volcanoes, or near magma underground. Zhao Xing thought for a while, then shook his head and said, Volcano, I seem to have never heard of it. Lin Shu was a little disappointed. Zhao Xing has worked here for a few years, so he must know a lot about the terrain, but Zhao Xing has never heard of volcanoes and there are no volcanoes nearby. There are 4 hunting camps around Kunyan City. I don't know if there are volcanoes around the other camps. Zhao Xing saw Lin Shu's disappointment. He made a decision in his mind. Lin Sr., if you want to find a volcano, you have to go a little farther. He took out a map, on which there was only a simple map with a radius of more than 1,000 kilometers, and most of the maps beyond 1,000 kilometers were blank. In other words, there may be volcanoes in those areas where the map is blank. Zhao Yu frowned. They have never been to a place 1,000 kilometers away, because it is too dangerous. When the brother and sister were doing this business, they decided not to go to a place 1,000 kilometers away. But this time, my brother broke the agreement because of Grandpa Lin. Zhao Yu didn't say anything. She also wanted to help Grandpa Lin. Lin Shu nodded. For refining magma blood, the unicorn of the lava beast is the most important main material and indispensable. Although he can rededuce another refining blueprint, but in Lin Shu's deduction, magma blood is the most suitable and the strongest. Okay, you guys have a good rest, we will set off in a few days. Lin Shu made a decision. After parting with Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu, Lin Shu returned to the hotel. The lava beast may not be found, maybe the blood of magma is impossible to complete, before that, I can't wait forever. After a little thought, Lin Shu made a decision to start refining bones. Bones are the foundation of the human body. Bones, many in number. Bones, hidden in the deepest part of the human body, are difficult to temper. Lin Shu is now very terrifying with the explosive power of red gold flame skin, steel bare body, and burning blood, so he is not in a hurry to improve his strength. So he chose to work steadily, first refining the bones into transcendent weapons, and then refining them into spiritual weapons. With Lin Shu's current skill in refining, it only took him more than 2 hours to successfully deduce the refining plan and blueprint. Next, Lin Shu is going to purchase equipment and materials. He is not in the blacksmith shop now, he does not have a piece of equipment, and needs to buy it again. Refining equipment is not expensive. Lin Shu bought a simple version for temporary use in the wilderness, and only spent a few thousand stars. After that, Lin Shu bought the materials needed to temper the bones and spent 40,000 to 50,000 star coins. Next is the refining place. The refining of weapons in the hotel is too dangerous. Lin Shu is really worried that the whole hotel will be burned down, and he can afford to lose money, but it will be bad if someone is burned. So, Lin Shu rented a practice room. The whole body of the training room is made of alloy, which is extremely hard and non-flammable. After moving in the refining equipment and materials, Lin Shu started refining bones. The bone is in the deepest part of the human body, and conventional methods cannot touch the bone at all, let alone refining it. It is also impossible for Lin Shu to peel off his own meat to expose the bones. So the method Lin Shu adopts is the refinement and refining method. The explanation is to use the whole body to slowly accumulate the bones to achieve a qualitative change. This kind of refining method, even if it was told to the blacksmith masters in Kunyan City, they would not be able to understand it, it was too novel. In addition, the premise of this refining method is that the skin, blood, and muscles must be tempered to a certain extent. This meant that only Lin Shu could use this refining method in this world. Lin Shu activated red gold flame skin, steel bare body, and burning blood. His body became strong, his whole body was like red metal, his whole body was shrouded in flames, like a metal burning man. This is what it looks like from the outside. In Lin Shu's body, every muscle was like metal, and the blood was extremely hot, burning with flames. And Lin Shu's bones were wrapped and nourished by muscles and blood. In this case, the skeleton will definitely change. At this time, Lin Shu fetched a huge black bone, which was 1 meter long and weighed 100 catties. This is a black iron bone, which comes from a ferocious and strong lion-like beast, and it is also one of the main materials for tempering bones. Refine. Lin Shu held the black iron bone in his arms, and the flames from all over his body burned away, extracting the energy essence from the black iron bone and blending it into his body. Immediately afterwards, Lin Shu took a cup of spiritual fluid to coordinate internally and externally. The day passed. Lin Shu's whole body looks a little dark. The muscles and blood in his body are a little dark, which is the result of the energy essence of the black iron bone and other mineral materials seeping into the body. And this blackness is slowly penetrating into the bones. The next day, the bones in Lin Shu's body began to turn black, obviously, exuding a hard texture. 3 days, 4 days passed. Lin Shu feels that his own bones have undergone qualitative changes, but he is still some time away from success. Accumulation and refining method itself is not instant. On this day, Lin Shu finished refining and called Zhao Xing. A few minutes later, Zhao Xing drove over in his car. "Move these things to the car," Lin Shu ordered. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu stared at the stove, hammer, crucible, coal and other tools, as well as some materials, in a daze for a while. They didn't recognize what it was for at first, and thought it was a food prop prepared by Lin Shu for the long journey, and they could barbecue or something on the road. "Lin Sr., this is?" Zhao Xing asked in doubt. "I am a blacksmith. On the way to find the volcano, I will forge weapons," Lin Shu said. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu were very surprised. They didn't expect Lin Shu to be a blacksmith, so they moved all these things into the carriage without asking any further questions. Afterwards, the truck started and drove away from the hunting camp. The siblings are at the front of the car, and Lin Shu was in the carriage, and his secret of refining bones must not be revealed. The cover on the carriage is folded up, so you don't have to be afraid to hold back, and you can look up to admire the clouds in the sky when you are tired. Not long after Lin Shu and others left the hunting camp. There is a team back. There are 2 trucks in this team, all of which are made of beast materials. Blood is dripping and dripping, leaving a trail of blood. There are 7 people in the team, each of them has extremely powerful spirit power fluctuations, exuding a strong killing intent all over their bodies, and it looks like they have killed a lot of people. When the 7-member team stepped into the camp, an invisible momentum oppressed all directions, and many people subconsciously backed away a lot, with awe on their faces. At this time, in the hunting camp, more than a dozen people came over, stood neatly together, and shouted respectfully, "Welcome boss back." These people can no longer be said to be a small team, but a group. They are all headed by a strong man nicknamed Spirit Wolf. Among the dozen or so people, a practitioner in black walked out. "Boss, the younger one has something important to do." "Explain." In the 7-member team, a slender man with a hooked nose stepped out. "He is the Ghost Wolf. Boss, little one, a few days ago, outside the exchange, I found Sai's saber. Afterwards, I kept asking about Sai's news, but found nothing. Ca seems to have evaporated from the world," the black-clothed practitioner said. Ghost Wolf frowned slightly, and his face darkened. According to the description of the black-clothed practitioner, he had guessed a certain possibility. Boom! A terrible black air wave erupted from his body, directly knocking the black-clothed practitioner in front of him, flying several meters away, spurting a mouthful of blood. "Who has seen my fourth brother Lone Wolf recently?" Ghost Wolf glanced around. The practitioners who were swept by his gaze turned pale, their eyes dodged, and they shook their heads quickly. Chong Hao also happened to be nearby, and when he faced the Ghost Wolf, he had no aura and did not dare to look at it. He is only a little famous in this hunting camp, and the Spirit Wolf group is very famous. The two sides are not at the same level. It seems that something unexpected happened to my fourth brother. No matter who it is, I want him to pay in blood. The wolf's gaze became deep and sinister, and the cold killing intent spread out like substance. The brother and sister's van drives through the silent wilderness. The speed of the truck is not fast, otherwise there will be too much movement and it will easily attract the attention of the beast. "Brother, are we really going to look for volcanoes?" Although Lin Shu had agreed, Zhao Yu was still a little worried. "To find the volcano, you need to go to a place 1,000 kilometers away from the hunting camp. That is the depths of the wilderness that the brother and sister have never been to, and the degree of danger is definitely doubled. And volcanoes, after the cataclysm, have also become synonymous with danger. There are generally extremely terrifying beasts entrenched. In the last order, we got too many benefits from Senior Lin. We will use this adventure to repay this kindness." Zhao Xing looked serious. Although they are businessmen, they don't like to owe too much favor. "Also, I don't know why, but after getting in touch with Lin Shu a lot, I somehow feel that Lin Shu is reliable and a bit advanced. He believed that Lin Shu knew that the volcano was dangerous, so he would not take the initiative to die. He should have some confidence. And if there is a real danger, Lin Shu Sr. must be the first to stand up. We are safer than him, and we can quickly evacuate if the situation is wrong." Zhao Xing comforted him. Inside the carriage, Lin Shu has been tempering his bones. At present, the progress has reached 70%, and it will be completed soon. Lin Shu took out the second main material, which was a lump of golden ore full of pits, and it was soft when pinched. This object is called soft gold mine, and it is generally used to refine equipment such as leather whips and soft armor. It can greatly improve toughness, and even has a certain repair ability. Lin Shu sacrificed the sacred fire of purifying the spirit, wrapped the soft gold ore, purified and condensed it. The next step is to repeat the previous steps. Half a day passed. Lin Shu's whole body was black, and golden veins appeared all over his body, which penetrated continuously from the inside to the outside, and finally merged into the black bones. But at this moment, the truck encountered an accident. "Senior, there are fierce beasts," Zhao Xing shouted hastily. Before setting off, Lin Shu told the brothers and sisters that they would immediately call out to themselves when encountering a beast on the road. After all, the brothers and sisters were just porters and were not responsible for the work of bodyguards and thugs. Lin Shu finished tempering and jumped out of the carriage. Not far ahead, 2 golden cheetahs rushed towards them. They were extremely fast, like 2 golden lightning bolts. Even the eyes of the fastest people couldn't keep up. First order late stage, golden speed leopard. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu's faces were disturbed, and their bodies were tense. They didn't expect that the first beast they encountered when they went out was the golden speed leopard. The first order late stage golden speed leopard is enough to completely abuse 2 brothers and sisters. And the speed of the golden speed leopard is amazing, even if they drive a truck, they can't escape. If Lin Shu can't fight against the golden speed leopard, the brother and sister will probably die here. A feeling of fear and despair brewed in their hearts. Grandpa Lin. Zhao Yu looked at Lin Shu in a panic, all hope rested on this old man. But Lin Shu stood there motionless, as if his thinking was too slow to keep up with the speed of the golden speed leopard. In fact, Lin Shu knew that his speed was not good enough, so he simply waited on the sidelines. Whoosh! A golden speed leopard came first, a pair of golden claws cut through the air, and stabbed Lin Shu's chest. Pong! Lin Shu punched thunderously. The brother and sister didn't see clearly at all. They saw a golden speed leopard, like a big sandbag flying 20 to 30 meters away, lying motionless on the ground. Died. The eyes of the brother and sister were wide open, and their breathing was stagnant. The golden speed leopard of the first order late stage can be killed in one punch. How did you do that? Isn't the old man an intermediate practitioner? How could intermediate practitioner be so strong? A series of questions surfaced in Zhao Yu's head. After Lin Shu killed the golden speed leopard with one punch, he was slightly stunned. The speed of punching just now has become faster and stronger. There is no doubt that this is the credit of the bones. Although the bone has not been successfully refined into a transcendent weapon, it is considered a semi-finished product. Refining bones, in addition to enhancing strength, there is also speed. Lin Shu was a little surprised. Bones are the foundation of the human body. When the bones are strong, all aspects of the human body will be enhanced, the most obvious of which are strength and speed. Speed has always been Lin Shu's shortcoming, but now this shortcoming seems to be made up for. Lin Shu looked at the second speed leopard. At this moment, he chose to take the initiative. Whoosh! A crater suddenly exploded on the ground under Lin Shu's feet, and his figure disappeared in place, turning into a black swift shadow, like a sharp arrow shooting straight, instantly deceiving the golden speed leopard. At this moment, Lin Shu's explosive speed is even faster than the speedy golden speed leopard. Pong! With one punch, Jin speed leopard's head was blown off and shattered all over the place. Lin Shu turned around and returned to the carriage within a few jumps. The battle is over, clean and tidy. Everything is too fast. Before the brothers and sisters could fully react, they sat blankly inside the front of the car, dumbfounded. After 6 or 7 seconds, the two gradually came to their senses. So strong. Grandpa Lin is so strong. The hearts of the two were beating violently, their eyes were wide open, and they were very excited. Kill the golden speed leopard with one punch, and the speed is even faster than the golden speed leopard. Lin Sr.'s strength is so strong. Zhao Xing said. Although his impression of Lin Shu had changed a lot before, he was still not optimistic about Lin Shu's strength and follow-up cooperation, mainly because of his behavior. But after leaving the hunting camp today and seeing Lin Shu make a move, Zhao Xing's impression of Lin Shu completely changed. From a little liking to the point of admiration in an instant. At such an age, with such strength, how strong was Grandpa Lin when he was young? Isn't Grandpa Lin an intermediate practitioner? Why is he so strong? He's so amazing. Zhao Yu was equally excited. Perhaps, Grandpa Lin reached the level of martial master at his peak, but now that he is older, his spirit power has declined to the level of intermediate practitioner, but his real strength is still above intermediate practitioner. Zhao Xing guessed. Well, what brother said makes sense. Zhao Yu nodded. Unknowingly, the worries in the hearts of the brothers and sisters were swept away, just because there was a strong man sitting beside them. After Lin Shu returned to the carriage, he paid more attention to tempering the bones. 1 day, 2 days passed. During the period, he encountered several fierce beasts, neither weak nor strong, but Lin Shu solved them all with one move. Every time, brother and sister Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu were in the front of the car, admiring Lin Shu's violent aesthetics, their eyes full of admiration. Finally, on this night, ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully forging the transcendent perfect weapon and gaining 500 energy points. Successful, my bones were refined into black gold war bone. Lin Shu glanced at the system panel. Host, Lin Shu. Realm, intermediate practitioner. Energy value, 500. Weapon fire, purifying holy fire LV3. Equipment, red gold flame skin rare spiritual weapon. Steel bare body excellent spiritual weapon, Burning Blood Perfect Transcendent Weapon, Black Gold Battle Bone Perfect Transcendent Weapon. Successful. According to my previous speculation, forging bones can obtain all-round increases, and the strength and speed increases are more obvious. It's not the same as blood. Burning Blood can be used in conjunction with other equipment, and it can also add fire damage to Lin Shu's attack, and has a certain ability to control fire. I just don't know to what extent my strength and speed have increased. I hope that next time, a stronger beast will come, so that I can test my current combat power. Lin Shu is looking forward to the next adventure. At night, the truck was not on its way, and everyone was resting in the car to recharge their batteries. The next day, just as the sky was lightening, the truck set off. But before driving for more than 10 minutes, a huge beast stopped in front of the truck. "Senior, there is a fierce beast, a giant crocodile." Zhao Yu shouted in panic. Although they had seen Lin Shu's strength earlier, the siblings were relieved a lot. But this time the ferocious beast encountered was unusual. It was the extremely brutal giant crocodile among the second-order ferocious beasts. This is a Tier 2 ferocious beast, corresponding to the martial master among humans, but even a real martial master would find it very difficult to defeat a same-rank giant crocodile. Because the giant crocodile has almost no weaknesses in its whole body, its defense is extremely strong, and its lethality is also great. The only shortcoming may be speed. "Senior, why don't we find a way to get rid of this giant crocodile?" Zhao Xing said quickly. "The giant crocodile is too difficult to deal with, and Grandpa Lin may not be able to kill it." Lin Shu took a look at the giant crocodile, the second-order early stage, and was a little disappointed, calmly said, "Yes." A mere second-tier early stage ferocious beast couldn't test his current combat power, so he wasn't interested. "No, the giant crocodile is catching up." Zhao Xing looked anxious. If the giant crocodile is not paying attention and slams on the accelerator, it may be thrown away. But this giant crocodile seemed to have been eyeing the truck from the very beginning and was chasing after it. Penghahu. Seeing that its prey was about to flee, the giant crocodile swiped its tail, and the sky filled with gravel flew towards the truck, including a boulder with a diameter of 2 meters. "Brother, dodge quickly," Zhao Yu shouted. "That's too late." Zhao Xing gripped the steering wheel tightly with both hands, and sweat was secreting from his forehead. Inside the carriage, Lin Shu jumped up and swept away with one kick. Boom! The storm picked up, and the sand and gravel were blown away. The huge boulder with a diameter of 2 meters was also smashed by Lin Shu's kick, and the truck did not suffer any damage. And since Lin Shu made a move, he would naturally not keep alive. He jumped on the head of the giant crocodile. The giant crocodile was overjoyed and opened its mouth wide, intending to swallow Lin Shu. Lin Shu activated Black Gold Battle Bone and Red Gold Flame Skin and chopped down with one kick. Pong! The upper jaw of the giant crocodile was cracked, and the mouth was snapped together. The teeth of the upper jaw pierced the lower jaw, and the teeth of the lower jaw pierced the upper jaw, and the mouth seemed to be sewn shut with spikes. Then Lin Shu landed, stepped on the face of the giant crocodile, and stomped it down. Pong! The head of the giant crocodile sank deeply into the ground, and the surrounding rocks and soil bulged upwards. "Ha, I didn't activate the Steel Bear Body, I only activated the Black Gold Battle Bone." The power that erupted was able to crush the giant crocodile. Lin Shu was very surprised. Before, he didn't activate the Steel Bear Flesh Body, and he could only explode at the peak power of the First Order. He looked at the giant crocodile under his feet. Since Lin Shu hadn't attacked a vital point, he wasn't dead yet, but his big mouth had already been crushed by Lin Shu, and he was trapped in the ground, unable to pull it out. With the blessing of the Black Gold Battle Bone, I'm afraid that even a second-tier middle-stage beast can be suppressed head-on, but if I activate the Steel Bear Body again, how far will my strength skyrocket? Quote, Black Gold Battle Bone is still a transcendent weapon. If it is upgraded to a spiritual weapon, what kind of improvement will it have? Pong! Lin Shu stepped on it again, finishing the beast, and returned to the car. In the front of the car, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu were stunned again. What did they just see? They saw that Lin Shu's skin turned into crimson metal, and even flames burned. Then, the giant crocodile of the second order early stage was trampled to death by Lin Shu. Was that really Lin Shu just now? They originally thought that they already knew Lin Shu's true strength, but now they discovered that Lin Shu can be even stronger. Lin Sr., how strong are you? Zhao Xing couldn't help asking. I don't know either, Lin Shu said truthfully. Zhao Xing didn't get an answer, but he realized that his question was somewhat offensive and impolite. Most people will not answer. The main reason was that Zhao Xing was too curious. This frankly was a giant crocodile of the second order early stage, which martial master could contend with. As a result, it was just like a big bug to Lin Shu, and he was trampled to death within a few feet. Fortunately, they were so nervous and worried just now, and even thought they would die here, but in the end, their emotions and expressions were wasted in vain. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu jumped out of the car. Lin Shu has killed the beast, it's their turn to collect the spoils. But after a while, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu felt a little embarrassed. The scales of the giant crocodile are too hard, and their weapons are a bit difficult to cut. The weapons of Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu are all excellent transcendent weapons. Under normal circumstances, it is not a big problem to cut the material of the second-order beast. But the giant crocodile is the best of the second-tier beasts. Its scales are hard and difficult to cut, so Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu's weapons are a bit reluctant. 10 minutes later, when they cut off all the valuable materials from the giant crocodile, their weapons were already full of gaps. If we encounter a fierce beast that is difficult to cut next, we may not be able to deal with it. Zhao Xing said in a low voice. I have been a supporter for several years, and this is the first time I have encountered such an embarrassing thing. The hunters killed the beasts and asked them to go up and cut the material, but they couldn't cut it. Of course, those who cooperated with Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu before were not very strong, and they had never encountered such a situation. But Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu heard from Sun Siqian. Sun Siqian once cooperated with the boss, and the weapon in her hand couldn't cut through the flesh of the beast, so she went to borrow the weapon from the boss. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu also want to borrow from Lin Shu. The key is that Lin Shu has no weapons himself. Why don't we ask Grandpa Lin to repair it, isn't he a blacksmith? Zhao Yu said. But we don't have metal spiritual minds. Zhao Xing said. This is equivalent to, there is not a single vegetable at home, how do you ask the cook to cook delicious dishes? The brothers and sisters moved the precious materials of the giant crocodile into the carriage. Your weapons are broken, Lin Shu asked. Yes. Zhao Xing smiled awkwardly, feeling a little irritable, not knowing what to do next. If Lin Shu killed another beast similar to the giant crocodile, they would not even be able to cut the material, and the employer would lose a lot of money, and they would also lose. Let me fix it for you. Lin Shu offered to bring it up. After all, it was related to his interests. Lin Sr., can you repair it? We don't have materials prepared, and it's hard to find metal or materials around here. Zhao Yu said in surprise. Just leave it to me. Lin Shu didn't explain much. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu didn't say much, and handed the weapon to Lin Shu. It is a good thing to be able to repair it, and there is no loss if it cannot be repaired, so let Lin Shu try it. The van starts again. Lin Shu started refining the weapon in the carriage. It is true that he does not have metal or materials, but he has a lot of beast materials, and it is not enough to use these. The other side. A chariot with a dark and hideous shape was quickly driving on the ground. This chariot is 10 meters long, and the position of the bumper has been modified with a huge shovel, similar to the bulldozer blade of a bulldozer. But the shovel in front of the chariot was covered with half-meter-long metal spikes, which looked extremely ferocious. The chariot is like a bulldozer, pushing everything horizontally, no matter it is a tree or a beast, they are all crushed, and they move forward indomitably. This is exactly the modified chariot of the Spirit Wolf group. At this moment, all 25 members of the Spirit Wolf group are on the chariot. Follow the traces of truck wheels on the ground, don't lose track. A man in a red jacket shouted. Don't worry, Blood Wolf Dage, he will never be lost. Driver rode. There are 4 leaders of the Ghost Wolf Regiment, namely the boss Ghost Wolf, the 2nd Blood Wolf, the 3rd War Wolf, and the 4th Lonely Wolf. When they learned that something might have happened to the Lone Wolf, they immediately launched an investigation. With the ability of the Ghost Wolf group, they quickly found out the current ownership of the blood-striped saber, and investigated Lin Shu, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu were just supporters, and the members of the Spirit Wolf group didn't take it seriously. The only suspicious thing is that centenarian. Actually, an old man, it's not enough for the entire ghost wolf group to mobilize, and even the boss ghost wolf personally hunts down and kills him. It was because, during the investigation, the spirit wolf group learned that Lin Shu had completed a big order of 2 million star coins at the Thunderblade exchange. That's 2 million star coins, and the ghost wolf group is very jealous. An old man, intermediate practitioner, was able to kill the fourth child. There must be something wrong with it. The third wolf is very strong. He can complete a big order of 2 million star coins, which is also suspicious. The blood wolf smiled sadly. Could it be that lone wolf Dage's team fought with fierce beasts to obtain those materials with amazing value, but lone wolf boss and others were also seriously injured, and they were attacked by this old man? An elite member with a big brain speculated. Tisk, your deduction is somewhat possible. The blood wolf laughed. Find that old man, and everything will come to light. The eldest ghost wolf sat on the big animal skin chair, drinking red wine, playing with women, with a cold expression on his face. After a few hours, haven't you caught up yet? The blood wolf shouted. Not yet. If we go any further, we will be within 1,000 kilometers of the hunting camp. What is the old man doing running so far? The blood wolf's cold eyes flickered with blood. Under normal circumstances, an intermediate practitioner would not dare to run so far. This old man really has a secret, the ghost wolf said in a faint voice. Lin Sr., we have already left the hunting camp for 1,000 kilometers. Zhao Xing's voice was a little nervous, but also excited. This is the first time he has come to such a far place, the farther away, the more unknown and dangerous. But as a practitioner, he also yearns for adventure, to explore the mysterious realm that he has never been to. He didn't dare to do anything before, but today he was lucky enough to follow Lin Shu over to have a look. Roar! Suddenly, a roar shook the mountains and forests, and all the birds and beasts in the vicinity were gone, and they fled quickly. Boom! In the dense ancient forest on the right, thick trees fell to both sides, and a huge figure suddenly rushed out. It was a chimpanzee, 5 meters tall, with purple stones on its arms, looking down at the truck. To the chimpanzees, the van looked like a toy car. It's the rock arm, Zhao Xing couldn't help exclaiming. This is a more terrifying beast than the giant crocodile. The rock-armed gorilla is extremely powerful, extremely destructive, and very fast. Although its defense is a bit worse than that of the giant crocodile, compared with other beasts, its defense is also very strong. Zhao Xing gave up and ran away. With the speed of the truck, he couldn't escape the pursuit of the rock arm, so he could only pin his hopes on Lin Shu. Roar! The rock-armed gorilla roared, and its fist slammed, setting off a violent storm. Before the fist came, the storm caused the entire truck to shake. Shadows loom, as if the next moment the van is about to be hammered to pieces. At this time, Lin Shu jumped out from the carriage and greeted him with a fist. He still didn't activate the steel bear body, only using black gold battle bone and red gold flame skin to fight against this second-level middle-stage rock-armed gorilla. Pong! The moment the fists collided, there was a loud bang, and a blast of destruction erupted from the fists of a man and a beast, sweeping in all directions. Lin Shu stepped back and landed on the ground. As for the rock-armed gorilla, his feet were retreated more than 10 meters away. My God! Knocking back the rock arm with one punch, Lin Sr.'s strength is stronger than the rock arm. Zhao Xing's complexion was rosy with excitement, and his hands trembled. That scene just now was really too impactful. I'm afraid Chong Hao Sr. can't do this. Zhao Yu looked at Lin Shu reverently. A powerful hunter like Chong Hao has always been an existence they can't afford, but they didn't expect that they were cooperating with someone stronger than Chong Hao. Back then, she and her brother were a little disgusted and wanted to refuse. Now she is very glad that she did not refuse to repent, otherwise they would regret it for the rest of their lives. Sure enough, without using steel bear body, just relying on black gold battle bone, my strength is stronger than that of a second-tier middle-stage beast. Lin Shu laughed. If he activates the steel bear body, he can easily crush the rock-armed gorilla, but Lin Shu wants to practice more, so he will use his current state to fight the rock-armed orangutan. His strength is slightly higher than that of the rock arm, and his defense is to hang and hit the rock arm, so he still has a big advantage. When the rock arm was badly wounded and covered in wounds, he tried to escape. Lin Shu naturally won't let it go, his speed is no longer a shortcoming at this moment. He caught up with the rock arm, and killed it neatly. Lin Sr., the material on this rock arm. Zhao Xing showed embarrassment. The rock arm was a small realm taller than the giant crocodile, and they might not be able to cut the material. Forgot to pay you back. Lin Shu returned to the carriage and threw out 2 sabers. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu caught it, looked at the saber in their hands, and then they were dumbfounded. This is my knife. Zhao Xing didn't recognize it at all. If Lin Shu hadn't been in the car all the time, he would have suspected that Lin Shu had gone to the store to get a new knife for himself. Brother, this knife feels so powerful. Zhao Yu also couldn't put it down. Well, not only has the gap been repaired, but the quality is far better than before. Zhao Xing nodded. He didn't expect Lin Shu's skills to be so powerful. As for the specific quality of these 2 knives, he is not a professional appraiser, and his qualifications are also low, so he can't judge for a while. Lin Sr., how much is the repair cost? We will give you the money. Zhao Yu asked. No, if you help me with something, it will be a small benefit for you. Lin Shu laughed. It's normal to give benefits to your subordinates. And when Lin Shu saw this pair of siblings, he couldn't help but think of his 2 grandchildren, Lin Xiaofei and Lin Xiaoshui, so Lin Shu liked these siblings quite a lot. Seeing that Lin Shu didn't charge any fees, the siblings politely took advantage of it and didn't say much. Go, help Lin Sr. collect materials. The 2 came to the rock arm corpse and began to work. As a fierce beast of the second-order middle stage, the rock arm has a lot of treasures on it, but its size is too large. Considering that there may be gains in the future, some larger materials can only be discarded. At this moment, the brothers and sisters made a decision in their minds that they must change to a bigger truck after returning to earn more money. Not for a while. The brothers and sisters carried the most precious materials into the carriage. Lin Sr., dare to ask the quality of this knife? Zhao Xing asked solemnly. When cutting the rock-armed orangutan just now, he used this saber himself, and he realized the power of this saber, and he also had doubts about the quality of this saber. Transcendent perfection, Lin Shu said calmly. Boom. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu were completely shocked. There was a violent roar in their minds, and all their thoughts were bombarded blank. After 6 or 7 seconds, the roaring brains of the 2 calmed down a little. They looked at Lin Shu dumbfounded, and then at the saber in their hands. They always thought that Lin Shu was just an ordinary blacksmith, but in the end, Lin Shu was able to forge perfect transcendent weapons. Anyone who can forge weapons of perfect quality can be called the honorable title of Master Forge. But outrageous. Lin Shu actually forged 2 transcendent perfect weapons at once. Although the brothers and sisters don't know forging, they also know that perfect quality is very difficult. Even the most famous forging masters in Kunyan City have to rely on luck. Brother, it's really transcendence perfect quality. Zhao Yu was a little excited and a little uneasy. Excited because I have such a divine armament weapon. And uneasy, because this kind of divine armament sharp weapon is not something they can afford. These 2 knives are too expensive, they can't take it. The brother and sister held the weapon in both hands, as if they wanted to return it to Lin Shu. I told you to take it and take it, don't be coy, if you want to be grateful, hurry up and find a place with a volcano as soon as possible. Lin Shu shouted. The brothers and sisters did not continue to be hypocritical, they accepted the weapons, and then bowed to express their gratitude to Lin Shu. Lin Sr., there is no way to repay your kindness and virtue. I, Zhao Xing, will obey whatever you order in the future. Me too, just as Grandpa Lin tells us to. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu expressed their loyalty to Lin Shu. Then they got into the car and continued to explore. 10 minutes later, the 3 of them felt that the weather had suddenly become hotter, and the surrounding area had become a bit desolate, with few trees. But at this moment, Zhao Xing suddenly opened his eyes wide and stood up looking into the distance. Lin Sr., I found a volcano. Lin Sr., I found a volcano. Zhao Xing shouted excitedly. If it was the past, he would only show fear when he saw the volcano, turn around and run away. Because in this era, some special areas have become synonymous with danger, such as volcanoes. Near the volcano, there are definitely extremely terrifying beasts entrenched. But, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu are grateful to Lin Shu, and want to help Lin Shu, want to do things for Lin Shu, and repay the kindness. What Lin Shu needs is what they need, and even more so. So when Zhao Xing discovered the volcano at this moment, it was like discovering a treasure, and he hurriedly told Lin Shu. Whoosh! Lin Shu jumped up and landed on the top of the car, looking into the distance. A dark red mountain stretches between the sky and the earth, looking extremely majestic and majestic. A clear flame can be seen on the top of the volcano, and thick black smoke is billowing, covering the sky and the earth. And behind this volcano, there are 3 consecutive volcanoes. It seems that we were lucky to find it so quickly. Lin Shu looked happy. If you find a volcano, you have a high probability of finding a lava beast and a certain probability of finding a red berry. And near the volcano, the quality of forging magma blood will be higher. I hope you don't disappoint me, Lin Shu thought to himself. The truck approached slowly, and the volcano in the field of vision gradually expanded until it occupied the entire field of vision. An invisible general trend of heaven and earth came with the pressure of fiery wind and waves, making people feel a sense of suffocation in an insignificant size. The 3 of Lin Shu felt unwell, with fever all over their bodies and dry mouth. Lin Sr., there are fierce beasts ahead, Zhao Xing shouted, not daring to continue driving forward. Around the volcano, except for some strange rocks, there are not many trees, which are bare, so it is easy to find fierce beasts. Find a place to hide and wait for me to come back, Lin Shu said calmly, and jumped to the ground. Lin Sr., what do you want to do? Zhao Yu shouted. That volcano gave her an extremely dangerous feeling. She could see many ferocious beasts at a glance, but Lin Shu approached it on her own initiative. Although Lin Shu is very powerful, she still feels that it is too dangerous. I'm going over there to find something. Lin Shu laughed, and then walked forward without looking back. Volcanic danger. That's right. After being out of the city for so long, almost all the fierce beasts that Lin Shu encountered were crushed, and there was no fierce beast that could make him fight with all his strength. Hope, there are volcanoes here. Just to test how strong I am now. Compared with before leaving the city, Lin Shu's cultivation base has improved, and he has also refined black gold battle bone, which is stronger. But how strong it is, he doesn't know. Whoosh! Lin Shu accelerated his speed, shot out like a sharp arrow, and went straight to the volcano. Some ferocious beasts nearby, attracted by the human breath, looked over one after another. When they saw humans approaching actively, the beasts howled and roared one by one. For fierce beasts, human flesh and blood are delicious, especially those who have practiced human beings, which have a great nourishing effect on fierce beasts. So many ferocious beasts scrambled to kill Lin Shu, trying to eat the human being. There are 3 red lizards, which are relatively close to Lin Shu, so they arrive first. Boom! The 3 red lizards shot out flames when they opened their mouths, hitting Lin Shu accurately. However, the red lizards saw that this human being was rushing towards their flames. This human being is not afraid of flames. Pong! Lin Shu approached the first lizard and stepped on it. His head burst and his body fell into the ground. Pong! Then the second beast was kicked by Lin Shu and flew 30 to 40 meters and died tragically on the spot. Pong! The third beast was directly hit by Lin Shu. The huge lizard's body was hit by a tiny human. It looked like an egg hit a rock, but the fact was that the lizard felt that it was hit by a large truck moving at high speed, and instantly flew upside down. One step, one kick, one bump, every gesture, understatement, instantly kills 3 fierce beasts. Of course, the 3 life beasts are all first-level high-level beasts on the outer edge of the volcano, and they are not very strong in themselves. But as Lin Shu kept approaching the volcano, the fierce beasts encountered are getting stronger and stronger. Roar! A giant tiger with red flames burning all over its body rushed down, and the tiger descended the mountain, smashing towards Lin Shu like a flaming boulder, with a menacing aura. Some of the surrounding ferocious beasts were frightened by the aura of the red flame giant tiger and stopped in place. Pong! Lin Shu punched out, and the Tier 2 scarlet flame giant tiger was blown away, its bones were scattered, and it fell to the ground motionless. After a clean second kill, move on. 10 seconds later, Lin Shu has arrived at the foot of the volcano. Look up to the volcano. Roar! Boom! Many ferocious beasts roared and roared, as if declaring their sovereignty, mocking and despising the humans below. Among the figures of many ferocious beasts, Lin Shu vaguely saw a huge rock figure with flame lines on its body, a pair of eyes like red ruby, and a thick red crystal pillar on its forehead. Isn't this the lava beast? Chapter 51. Lava Beast, found. Lin Shu looked happy, stepped on the volcano, and officially began to climb the volcano. It is the best situation to find the lava beast first. After all, once the red berry is picked off, the flame essence in it will quickly disappear, and within 3 days it will become an ordinary first-rank spiritual fruit. If you find the red berry first and never find the lava beast, it will be a sad reminder. And at the moment when Lin Shu climbed the volcano, roar, 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 on the volcano, countless ferocious beasts roared angrily, staring at Lin Shu below with fierce eyes. It seems that this volcano is their territory, and it cannot be mere human beings. Lin Shu's actions angered many beasts. Rumble. There was a burst of noise from above the volcano, and dozens of fierce beasts rushed down, fierce and murderous. Ordinary practitioners saw this scene, they were already scared out of their wits, and the shit was gone. But Lin Shu's face was as calm as water, and he even had a fighting spirit. Then let's have a big fight. The skin on Lin Shu's body burst into a layer of fiery red flames, and then all his skin turned into red metal with mysterious textures on it, burning with traces of fire. Later, Lin Shu activated Steel Bear Flesh Body, Black Gold Battle Bone, and Burning Blood, but they were only activated to about 20%, which saved spirit power. Pong. Facing the oncoming ominous beast, Lin Shu punched it out, and the ominous beast struck backwards like a cannonball, embedded in the rock wall, and turned into a burning black corpse. And Lin Shu's body also rushed towards the volcano at an astonishingly fast speed. Pong, 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 pong. One after another of the ferocious beasts rushed over, and Lin Shu punched them back, or they were embedded in the rock mass, or fell and rolled down the mountain, leaving their bloody bodies. Lin Shu's speed did not decrease at all. Invincible, unstoppable. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu drove the truck back 2 kilometers and hid behind a boulder. The two then leaped to the top of the boulder. Zhao Xing took out a telescope to observe Lin Shu's situation. Brother, how is Senior Lin? Is there any danger? Zhao Yu didn't have a telescope and asked anxiously. It's very dangerous. There are a large number of fierce beasts rushing down from the mountain. They are all very powerful beasts, including red poisonous snakes, fiery hedgehogs, giant flame leopards, and fierce golden lions. What Zhao Xing saw was a burst of horror. These ferocious beasts are all famous, and any one of them can crush him. Zhao Xing was about to count them, but there were too many fierce beasts, and each of them was rushing down at an astonishing speed. It was astonishingly fast, and the scene was so chaotic that Zhao Xing couldn't count them. It's too dangerous. Why does Lin Senior insist on going to the volcano? Zhao Xing couldn't understand. Getting along these days, their attitudes towards Lin Shu have changed drastically, and they regard Lin Shu as a noble person, a benefactor, and at the same time an amiable grandfather. He doesn't want anything to happen to Lin Shu. However, when the field of view of the Zhao Xing telescope moved down and landed on Lin Shu, Zhao Xing was stunned. He saw that Lin Shu's whole body looked like forged alloy, and his whole body was crimson red, exuding scorching heat. He saw the ferocious beast in front of Lin Shu, was hit flying head by head, and fell down hard, bloody. Surrounded by so many ferocious beasts and attacked by so many ferocious beasts, they couldn't stop Lin Shu in the slightest. It seemed that the beasts standing in front of Lin Shu were all weeds. Push horizontally, crush, unstoppable, unstoppable. How domineering. This is so cool. Zhao Xing exclaimed, his blood boiled. How much he wanted to be like Lin Shu, possessing such formidable strength, crushing all the beasts so powerfully, killing them without hesitation. Brother, what are you talking about? Lin Senior is so old, how can you call him cool? Zhao Yu frowned and said, she thinks cool is used to describe young people. Zhao Yu snatched the telescope from Zhao Xing's hand and looked at Lin Shu on the volcano. A few seconds later, Zhao Yu said with admiration, Senior Lin is so cool. Lin Shu didn't know how many beasts he had killed. Anyway, he came to kill one by one. Due to the towering volcano, as long as Lin Shu hits them flying, even if they are not instantly killed immediately, they will almost die when they fall. And Lin Shu's killing gradually attracted the attention of more ferocious beasts. Especially those ferocious beasts above the second level who have some spiritual intelligence, how could they remain indifferent when they see a human being break into their territory and start killing them? A strong breath erupted from the volcano. Roar, roar, roar. Suddenly, from different positions of the volcano, there were 3 different roars, each of which resounded through the sky, shaking the sky. At the next moment, all the beasts entrenched on the volcano roared. They all looked down the mountain, charged towards Lin Shu with angry killing intent. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu are far away from the volcano. But when he heard those 3 roars, his body trembled uncontrollably, and his blood ran cold. It's scary. What kind of beast's voice is this? Zhao Xing said in horror. Just the roar, far away, made him instinctively afraid and wanted to run away. Not good. All the fierce beasts on the volcano acted and killed Lin Sr. Zhao Yu's body tensed up, her breathing froze, and her heart rose to her throat. Through the binoculars, just looking at the scene on the volcano, Zhao Yu was so frightened that she trembled and her face turned pale, as if these ferocious beasts were going to kill her and want to tear her into pieces. Lin Shu also heard the 3 thunderous roars, and his heart trembled slightly, and then his blood boiled with enthusiasm and fighting spirit. It seems that there is a very remarkable existence on the volcano. Afterwards, Lin Shu saw that the ferocious beasts all over the mountain rushed down under the 3 roaring orders. Wherever the eye can see, there are all ferocious and ferocious beasts. Faced with these situations, Lin Shu still didn't panic at all. Boom! The skin of his whole body was glowing red, and the flames were blazing, erupting to a height of 4 or 5 meters, and the terrifying high temperature spread in all directions. At this moment, Lin Shu activated Steel Bear Body, Black Gold Battle Bone, and Burning Blood to 50%. Almost equal to half of the combat power. Boom! With one punch, the terrifying power rolled the raging fire, turning it into a flame shock wave. A scorched black groove was scraped out on the ground, and the 2 Tier 2 fierce beasts hit head-on by this strike flew more than 10 meters away, and were crushed into the mountain, crushed into a ball of flesh. And the nearby ferocious beasts that were affected by this punch were all thrown into the air, and their bodies were instantly ignited with raging fire. Boom! 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 In this state of Lin Shu, the lethality and range of each punch are greatly improved, and it also comes with fire damage. A second-tier and elementary level ferocious beast, one punch instantly kills it. The beast of the second-level intermediate can hit Lin Shu with one move. Even the beast of the second-level advanced level can't shake Lin Shu. It is very fragile in front of Lin Shu, and he will die if he is not careful. The ferocious beasts that kept surrounding them were constantly repulsed by Lin Shu. Occasionally, a few fish that slipped through the net approached Lin Shu, unleashed a powerful attack and landed on Lin Shu's body, but they couldn't hurt him at all, even his skin couldn't be broken. Gradually, the beasts panicked. This human being is too cruel. Some ferocious beasts want to back off. Roar! A dull and heavy roar suddenly exploded. Lin Shu felt the mountain tremble, and countless stones rolled down. Immediately afterwards, a fierce and majestic sense of oppression quickly crushed from the top of the volcano. The vicious beasts nearby seemed to have sensed something, their faces were frightened, and they backed away one after another. Boom! A gigantic figure suddenly descended from the sky and landed 100 meters away from Lin Shu. The rock under his feet was crushed into a pit by that figure. Lin Shu looked up. This ferocious beast, made of dark red rocks, is as tall as a 5 or 6-story building, majestic and imposing. There is a thick red crystal bead on its forehead, its eyes are a pair of crystal rubies, and there is a black hole on the top of its head, and billowing black smoke rises from it. This is exactly the lava beast. One of the overlord level beasts here. Tier 3, corresponds to the Grand Great Master in humans. I was about to look for you, but I didn't expect that I would come to your door. The corners of Lin Shu's mouth curled up. Roar! The lava beast couldn't understand what Lin Shu said, but it could feel that Lin Shu was provoking itself. It roared angrily and punched it hard. I saw its dark red rock fists flashing red light, the temperature rapidly soared to more than 1000 degrees, bursting out brilliant flames. This punch, like a meteorite falling from the sky, is terrifyingly powerful. And Lin Shu is also at this moment, full of combat power. After all, the opponent is a Tier 3 ferocious beast, corresponding to the Grand Great Master among humans, he dare not underestimate it. Before leaving town, Lin Shu has a clear understanding of own strength. Although it can explode the combat power of a Grand Great Master, it is not as good as a Grand Great Master in other aspects. Now that his strength has improved a little, I believe it shouldn't be a big problem to deal with the lava beast. Lin Shu integrated all his strength into his right fist, from bone to muscle to skin. Violent flames lingered around his fist, and he forcibly struck the blow of the lava beast. Boom! A terrifying and boundless explosion resounded, and a strong fire burst out from the fists of Lin Shu and the lava beast, turning into a storm of flames and impacting all directions, directly blowing away many ferocious beasts' onlookers. The impact of this punch resounded through the sky. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu, who were thousands of meters away, could hear it clearly. The hearts of the two trembled violently, their whole bodies were tense, and the forehead was sweating. The lava beast, that is one of the most powerful beasts among the third-tier beasts. Lin Sr., you are actually fighting a lava beast. Zhao Xing's heart almost jumped out. He was worried that he saw Lin Shu being punched by the lava beast and turned into a charred black skeleton. However, this scene did not happen. Lin Shu's figure stepped back a few steps and stopped. On the opposite side, the lava beast retreated with its huge feet, and its body fell down, pressing against a boulder. The super high temperature on its body instantly cracked the stone into charred black, and then it was crushed into countless pieces. The lava beast has been repelled. Zhao Xing couldn't help but swear. This scene is really shocking. That's a lava beast. Many of the top martial masters are terrifying existences that run for their lives when they see it. And this lava beast is one of the overlord-level beasts of this volcano, ruling over many younger beasts. Really? Come on, show me. Although Zhao Yu didn't see it, just hearing what Zhao Xing said, he was so excited that he snatched Zhao Xing's telescope. Lin Shu himself was surprised when he punched back the lava beast. The physique of ferocious beasts is far stronger than that of humans, so even a human Grand Great Master can hardly compete head-on with same-rank ferocious beasts, and usually wins through other methods. Based on this alone, Lin Shu has already surpassed the average junior Grand Great Master. Moreover, Lin Shu's confrontation with the lava beast just now was not just as simple as a head-on confrontation. He also repelled the lava beast. You must know that the lava beast is still a relatively strong breed among the third-order beasts. If it were an ordinary third-tier ferocious beast, Lin Shu's punch just now might have injured it. Could it be that I can explode into the combat power of an intermediate Grand Great Master now? Lin Shu said in astonishment. Grand Great Master realm, every step forward, it is difficult to reach the sky. Many Grand Great Masters have never been able to cross the threshold of intermediate in their entire lives, and finally slipped to the martial master realm as they got older. And the gap between the three realms of the Grand Great Master is also huge. The minimum combat power value of a junior Grand Great Master is 50,000. And the minimum combat power value of intermediate Grand Great Master is 200,000, a full 4 times difference. This is a qualitative leap. Even if I haven't reached the intermediate Grand Great Master yet, it's probably not too far away. Lin Shu was overjoyed. This is really thanks to Lava Beast for helping him test his combat power and giving him materials. Whoosh! Lin Shu seemed to turn into a flaming light arrow, shooting straight at the Lava Beast, and punched again to attack. It was Lin Shu's first full-strength burst just now, and he hadn't fully exerted his strength and was familiar with using it. After all, Lin Shu seldom exploded with all his strength. He was a little unfamiliar, and he was not familiar with the use of that power. And this second punch is more familiar and more powerful. Intense flames enveloped Lin Shu's whole body like a big fireball. In terms of size, it is not much weaker than the 5-story lava beast. Roar! The lava beast roared angrily, got up quickly, and unleashed a powerful blow, trying to turn the situation back. But in this collision, the lava beast felt even more terrifying and violent power. Dozens of cracks appeared all over its body, and it flew upside down violently, deeply embedded in the rock wall. This time, Lin Shu crushed the Tier 3 lava beast. He didn't give the lava beast a chance to breathe, and quickly approached it, attacking again. Lin Shu actually has a weakness, that is, he doesn't have much spirit power, so he can't fight a protracted battle, so he wants to win the battle quickly. Pong, 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 pong. A series of extremely ferocious fists bombarded the lava beast's chest, creating a pit half a meter deep, and countless cracks spread around. The body of the lava beast sank deeper and deeper, spitting out magma after being beaten. For the lava beast, the magma is its blood, and its injuries quickly reached an extremely serious level, and it is about to enter death. Die. Lin Shu once again unleashed a blow with all his strength. The power of his whole body gathered on his right fist, and bombarded the lava beast's chest. The body of this Tier 3 monster was completely shattered, and a large amount of magma flowed out. Lin Shu jumped to avoid it, landed on the lava beast's head, and snapped off its horn. The unicorn of the lava beast is here. Lin Shu laughed. Surrounded by many ferocious beasts nearby, they were originally watching a show, and even watched the battle of the lava beast with a trace of respect. But following the lava beast's death, strong fear emerged from those fierce pupils. That is a Tier 3 ferocious beast. In their hearts, they are king-like existences, aloof and unrivaled. But the lava beast was beaten to death by an old human man. This is too fierce, too scary. Even for those first-order ferocious beasts that have no intelligence and seem to be mentally retarded, when they see the lava beast death, their bodies are instinctively stimulated, fear emerges from the whole body, and they tremble. Among the many ferocious beasts, none of them dared to charge up to Lin Shu, instead they kept retreating. Roar, roar. Suddenly, on the volcano, there were two thunderous roars. These are the other two overlord beasts entrenched in this volcano. They were originally three-legged rivals with the lava beast, but now the lava beast died in the hands of a human. These two overlord beasts are afraid of Lin Shu and have a strong killing intent. Some moment, these two overlord-level beasts roared and roared at the same time. They suddenly moved, and a killing intent burst out. They seemed to want to join forces to take Lin Shu down. But at this moment, rumble, the earth trembled and the air temperature rose rapidly. Blue smoke rose from all over the volcano, and the crater erupted with extremely thick black smoke. A scorching sense of oppression enveloped the world. Life's vicious beasts on the volcano seemed to sense something, showing fear, and then fled down the mountain one after another. The ferocious beasts near the volcano also stayed away one after another, not daring to stay any longer. The alliance between the two overlords and beasts was also interrupted because of this, and they temporarily stopped dealing with Lin Shu. The volcano is about to erupt. Lin Shu watched the ferocious beast on the volcano fleeing crazily, and he even felt an extremely powerful aura passing by not far away. It was a giant python with two heads, and the scales on its body were black and red intertwined, giving off an extremely powerful and vicious feeling. This should be another overlord beast. But at this moment, this overlord-level beast is also fleeing for his life down the mountain. If it's the volcanic eruption, I know, it's fine even if I'm nearby, but the volcanoes in this world can't be measured by common sense. Lin Shu also decided to go down the mountain first. Boom. Just as Lin Shu and many beasts were fleeing down the mountain, the volcano trembled violently, and an astonishing red magma spewed out from the crater, dyeing the sky red with blood. Magma rivers flow down from the crater, and magma rains in all directions. At the moment when the volcano erupted, Lin Shu felt that the entire volcano under his feet was like a living giant, trembling constantly, venting the hot and terrifying destructive energy inside to his heart's content, erupting out. The crimson magma river spread down from the crater, melting everything. The magma rain all over the sky, sprinkled in all directions. A second-tier ferocious beast was touched by a few drops of magma, and several holes were melted in its body, and blood gushed out. Under normal circumstances, with the powerful physique of a ferocious beast, there are a few small holes on its body, which are not considered serious injuries, so it is not a serious problem. But this second-order ferocious beast quickly fell to the ground, smoking all over, and died after struggling for a few seconds. Sure enough, the volcanic eruption in this world is very different from the volcanic eruption in Lin Shu's perception. The magma erupted from the volcano contains strange energy and is extremely lethal. The few drops of magma that fell into the beast's body continued to melt its flesh, bones, and viscera, causing huge damage, and finally killed the second-order beast. However, the strange energy contained in the magma also quickly disappeared, turning into ordinary magma. It's no wonder that the third-tier ferocious beasts have to run away. I'm afraid they will be extremely uncomfortable if they are contaminated by the magma from the volcanic eruption. Lin Shu said. His red gold flame skin has extremely strong defense, and it is also resistant to fire attributes, but Lin Shu is not willing to rashly try the magma ejected during a volcanic eruption. Thousands of meters away, on top of a boulder. When Zhao Yu saw Lin Shu forcibly hammering the lava beast as tall as a 4- or 5-story building to death, he was so shocked that he was stunned, and his mind went blank. Only Lin Shu's tall and burly figure, burning with flames all over his body, couldn't get rid of it. But then, the abnormal reaction of the volcano woke her up instantly. This volcano is about to erupt. Brother, let's run away. But Senior Lin hasn't come yet. Zhao Xing grabbed the telescope and looked at Lin Shu, who was going down the mountain, wanting to wait for Lin Shu to escape together. However, the volcanic eruption was extremely swift and violent, and the magma rained all over the sky, and Zhao Xing couldn't afford to wait. Wait a second longer, and he and little sister might die here. Can't let little sister die with him. Let's get in the car. Zhao Xing shouted. But at this moment, a drop of magma fell on the hood of the truck, directly melting a small hole. Although the hole is small, it runs through the entire front of the car. So the truck will definitely not start. So Zhao Xing planned to run away with little sister. The two of them were relatively far away from the volcano, but it was still difficult to completely escape from the range of the magma rain. They are all just practitioners. As long as they are touched by a drop of lava, they will be seriously injured or even killed. So, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu got under the truck and dug a hole. They hid in the hole and covered it with stones and soil. The two of them were far away from the volcano, and the amount of magma falling here was very small. In addition, there were trucks and rocks and soil to cover them, so the safety was much higher. Since Lin Shu refined the black gold battle bone, except for a little less spirit power, all aspects have reached the level of a Grand Grade Master. With the speed of Grand Grade Master, Lin Shu can dodge more than 90% of the magma. In addition, with his defensive power, it shouldn't be a big problem to be touched by a few drops of magma. So although Lin Shu is still on the volcano, he is not in too much danger. Rumble. The volcano was still erupting, and behind Lin Shu, a very huge rock rolled down, covered with magma, probably rolled down from the top of the volcano. Lin Shu was about to dodge, but unexpectedly discovered that there were 3 spiritual materials on this huge rock. There are 2 flame flowers, and a small fiery red fruit tree bearing a plump, crystal clear blood red fruit, which seems to have magma flowing inside. The flame flower is a second-rank spiritual material, which contains amazing flame energy, which can temper the body, or refine some fire-type panacea. And that blood red fruit, isn't it the red berry that Lin Shu is looking for? There are indeed red berries here. Originally, even if the volcano hadn't erupted, Lin Shu would have wandered around, and he would definitely find red berries. But now, the volcano erupted, and the red berries were delivered directly to Lin Shu. Whoosh! Lin Shu took a leap and picked all the flame flowers and red berries. Among them, the flame flower is damaged. However, there were a few drops of magma on the red berries, but they were not damaged in the slightest. The red berries seemed to be absorbing the energy in the magma, making it more vivid. As expected of a red berry, even the magma can't hurt the slightest. Lin Shu laughed. At this time, he had come to the foot of the mountain. Lava beast's unicorn, red berry, all in hand. It was worth the trip. Lin Shu was preparing to join Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu and return to the hunting camp. But he stopped suddenly. If you refine magma blood near the volcano, the quality can be improved. Isn't the volcano right here? Why do you want to leave? Moreover, the red berries have been picked. The moment the red berry is picked, the amazing flame energy contained in it will be lost quickly, and it will become an ordinary spiritual fruit in a few days. It would take a day or 2 to return to the hunting camp. By then, the energy of the red berry had almost been lost. After thinking for 3 seconds, Lin Shu made a decision, right here, to refine magma blood. Just near this volcano, refining magma blood. Lin Shu made a decision. Then, he quickly ran to Zhao Xing's truck. Enter the compartment, there is a silver metal box inside. It contains the other materials needed to refine magma blood, and it was prepared by Lin Shu when he bought the materials for black gold war bone. The reason why Lin Shu planned for a rainy day. It was also because once the red berries were picked, the energy would be lost quickly, so he considered that he might not have time to return to the hunting camp, so he had to start refining magma blood. Now it comes in handy. Where are Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu? Lin Shu showed a trace of worry. The brothers and sisters came to the volcano because of themselves. Although the volcanic eruption was not what Lin Shu could have predicted, he didn't want the brothers and sisters to die because of him. Lin Shu quickly noticed. The footprints of the brothers and sisters have been around the truck without going far. They're hiding under the van. After observing for a few seconds, Lin Shu said, feeling a little relieved. The brothers and sisters are quite smart, knowing that even if they escape, there is still a big risk of being sprayed by magma. Also, all the vicious beasts on the volcano escaped, and the vicious beasts nearby also fled in all directions. If the brother and sister really escaped, they would be mixed with these vicious beasts, which was far more dangerous than the magma falling from the sky. So hiding here is the best choice. Lin Shu spread the hard armor of the giant crocodile on the truck, which can effectively weaken the effect of the magma and increase the safety of the siblings. Then he found a boulder nearby. With his back against the boulder, he built a simple shed with the scales of the giant crocodile, and put the silver metal box inside, as well as the refining tools. The silver metal box was sprinkled by a drop of magma before, scalding a hole, and several materials inside were damaged. Lin Shu could not let other materials be destroyed again. If the materials are not enough, he cannot refine magma blood. Start. Lin Shu took out a sample material and started to process it. He first made a black powder and smeared it all over his body. Then he prepared a blue liquid medicine, swallowed it, and immediately felt a cool stream sweeping through his body, which could effectively relieve the burning pain of the blood refining later. The other side. The chariot of the Spirit Wolf group is still chasing Lin Shu. Boss Ghost Wolf, the wheel traces of that truck point to Sanyang Mountain, shall we still pursue it? Asked one of his men. Sanyang Mountain. Ghost Wolf frowned slightly. Sanyang Mountains are 3 dangerous volcanoes, one of the dangerous forbidden places nearby. There are countless adventurers who died there. Spirit Wolf had explored 10 years ago, but was forced back by a large number of ferocious beasts. Several of his subordinates died, and he never came back after that. Then what does the old man come to Sanyang Mountain alone? The youngest war wolf was a little surprised. He has a deep understanding of the danger of Sanyang Mountain. The 3 groove-like wounds on his back were left by fighting fierce beasts here 10 years ago. The other members of the Ghost Wolf group were also deep in thought, but they couldn't figure out why Lin Shu ran to Sanyang Mountain alone. According to intelligence, Lin Shu is only an intermediate practitioner, and with this kind of strength, going to Sanyang Mountain is no different from sending him to death. Could it be that the old man found out that we were following, so he deliberately went deep into the dangerous place and wanted to force us back? The second blood wolf guessed. As soon as this remark came out, it was recognized by many members, because they really couldn't think of other possibilities. HMPH, enter Sanyang Mountain. I ran all the way, except this old man can't let go, I have to hunt some beast materials to go back. Ghost Wolf snorted coldly and gave an order. 10 years ago, he suffered a loss here, so he just went to find a place today, to kill a lot, and hunt some beast materials. The chariot immediately accelerated and drove towards Sanyang Mountain. But suddenly, the earth shook, and there was a booming vibration in front of it, which became louder and louder, and a wave of scorching fire swept over. Everyone on the chariot was alarmed and looked on guard. Boss, it's a herd of beasts, a large number of beasts are rushing towards us. On the top of the chariot, a man with binoculars shouted in panic. The herd, just in time. The corner of Blood Wolf's mouth curled up. In the hunting camp, the general team will avoid the herd of beasts, and will not confront the herd of beasts unless it is absolutely necessary. But the Ghost Wolf group is not in this ranks. Spirit Wolf once led a team to wipe out 3 herds of beasts and gained astonishing wealth. This time the difficulty might be slightly higher. After all, the herd came from Sanyang Mountain, but it was not a big problem. No, boss, the herd is extremely large, probably hundreds of them. What, hundreds? War Wolf said in surprise. That's not something they can handle. The Blood Wolf's face changed and he stopped talking. Ghost Wolf took out a binoculars, glanced at the distance, his pupils shrank suddenly. There are at least 600 or 700 ferocious beasts, and the number is still increasing. If this trend continues, it may even reach the scale of a small beast horde. Ghost Wolf took another look through the binoculars, his face immediately turned a little pale. He actually saw a Tier 3 beast. That is one of the strongest beasts in Sanyang Mountain, the double-headed red fire python. Why are the third-tier ferocious beasts running away? What the hell happened up front? Quick retreat, Spirit Wolf shouted immediately. The refining steps of magma blood are much simpler than refining burning blood. The only difficulty is that the required materials are expensive and scarce. Now, this only difficulty has been solved by Lin Shu. Lin Shu activated red gold flame skin, steel bear body, and burning blood. Especially burning blood, which erupted with the strongest power. His whole body was on fire, and the fire was soaring into the sky. Lin Shu, who was shrouded in the pillar of flames, could no longer see his appearance clearly, only the outline of his body could be vaguely seen. Chuck, the black powder smeared on the body also burned instantly, bursting out black flames, covering the surface of Lin Shu's body. The invisible energy penetrates the skin and enters the blood. And in the air, the black flames are intertwined with the golden red flames, slowly merging with time. When the black powder on Lin Shu's body was completely incinerated, Lin Shu stopped burning blood and the flames on his body quickly returned to his body, returning to the blood, as well as the black flame. Buzzing, Lin Shu felt as if the blood in his body had doubled in weight, and the flow was extremely slow and difficult. At the same time, the blood was still extremely hot, burning the inside of Lin Shu's body. Fortunately, Lin Shu took a special liquid medicine just now, which can relieve the burning pain. Also, during the process of refining Lin Shu's blood, magma raindrops occasionally fell on him, and the sourness was very bearable. Fortunately, when Lin Shu activated red gold flame skin with all his strength, the magma raindrops did not cause much damage to him. And Lin Shu found out. He seemed to be able to treat the magma that spilled on his skin as a refining material and extract the energy within it. Refining magma blood near the volcano can improve the quality. If the volcano erupts during the refining process, the improvement will be even greater. This is truly a godsend opportunity, don't miss it. In this way, Lin Shu carried out the refining steps in an orderly manner. First step, second step, third step, the fourth step. Everything went very well. Boom. 10 hours later, when Lin Shu activated burning blood again, the burning flame was no longer golden red, but dark red blood. The flames were abnormally violent and turbulent, constantly tumbling, like a flaming beast that chose to devour people, emitting terrible high temperatures, scorching all the surrounding substances. Burning blood has transformed. In addition, Lin Shu's immunity to magma raindrops is getting stronger and stronger. At this time, Lin Shu took out a small knife and cut a cut in his palm with difficulty. From the wound, the blood slowly flowed out. It was abnormally thick, darker in color, and radiated red. It was completely different from ordinary people's blood. Viscous blood, burning dark red raging flames. Lin Shu took out another thing, which was the horn of the lava beast. Hold the unicorn in the palm of your hand, use the burning blood to burn it continuously, and absorb the essence power inside it. A few more hours passed. Lin Shu took out the red berry and took a bite. The extremely hot liquid entered his throat, burning Lin Shu's internal organs, releasing terrifying flame energy. As the third-rank spiritual material, the red berry corresponds to the Grand Great Master, but even a Grand Great Master would never dare to take the red berry directly. Either think of other ways to lower the temperature, or ask a pharmacist to refine the red berries into other panacea for consumption. There was once a Grand Great Master who took red berry fruit orally, and his viscera were severely injured, which could not be cured, and he died a few years later. But Lin Shu took the red berry fruit orally, so don't worry about it, at most it's a little uncomfortable. The fruit juice of the red berry flows in the body. Outside, burning blood was calcining the lava beast's horn. Slowly, two powerful and strange energies merged into the blood, and when they came into contact, they immediately produced a strong reaction. Gurgling, the blood in Lin Shu's whole body kept bubbling. His whole body turned red, and a large amount of blue smoke rose from his body. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. The unicorn of the lava beast in Lin Shu's palm is now only as thick as a finger. And the red berries have been completely consumed by Lin Shu. Blood of magma has been completed to 80% or 90%, and it is only short of the last point to succeed. At this time, Lin Shu found that he was no longer afraid of magma raindrops. When the magma spilled over, the energy in the magma would be quickly sucked away by the flames on Lin Shu's body surface, greatly reducing its lethality. The magma raindrops fell on Lin Shu's body, just like a drop of hot water. It's still a little short of the last point. Magma blood will be successful. Go to the volcano to complete it. There will definitely be more benefits, and the quality of magma blood will be higher when it is finished. So Lin Shu stood up, away from the cover of the boulder and the giant crocodile scales. He looks around. The ground was scorched black, and the only vegetation was completely reduced to ashes. None of the ferocious beasts could be seen, only many scorched and shriveled corpses of ferocious beasts, all of which were unfortunately sprayed by magma while escaping, and died tragically. Lin Shu looked up at the volcano. The black smoke from the crater continued to rise, polluting the sky. Lava rivers are still flowing, and lava raindrops are still spraying. This is already the third day, and I don't know how long it will take for the volcano to erupt. Lin Shu took a step forward. In this lifeless, death everywhere, like a doomsday scene, he walked alone to the volcano that symbolized bursting and destruction. There is no life in the world, only the infinite fire is burning, and the hot magma is flowing. In this doomsday-like scene, Lin Shu stands out. While refining magma blood, he approached the volcano step by step. As he got closer, more magma sprayed on him. But Lin Shu seemed to be drenched in the rain. He didn't care. He let the magma fall on his skin, and then swallowed up the energy in it instantly, merging into magma blood. Soon, Lin Shu came to the foot of the mountain. At this moment, the entire volcano is crimson, and magma is flowing everywhere, exuding scorching heat, like a 3 to 4 kilometer high furnace. When Lin Shu stepped on the volcano, there was no other effect except for the warmth of the soles of his feet. Along with climbing the mountain, Lin Shu soon encountered a magma stream. He paused and put his foot in. Under the flame envelope released by magma blood, the magma river's damage to Lin Shu was also very limited. If this scene is seen by others, let the fierce beasts see it, they will definitely be frightened, so scared that they can't even speak, and they will be terrified. Foot washing with magma, this is the only one. Lin Shu laughed. Although blood of magma has not been completely refined, but it is close to success, so it can play a role. Judging from the fact that Lin Shu can wash his feet with magma, blood of magma is more than a little stronger than burning blood. Once magma blood is successfully refined, Lin Shu's strength will definitely skyrocket. After washing his feet for a while, Lin Shu continued to climb the mountain and increased his speed. Not for a while, Lin Shu came near the crater. Rumble. There are deafening explosions in my ears, which are endless. The majestic magma kept rolling and erupting in the volcano, spraying Lin Shu all over his body. Among them, the crater is almost completely covered by magma, and there is no place to stay. But Lin Shu didn't care, he couldn't find it, so he sat in the magma and continued to refine blood. Time passed slowly. Lin Shu's blood of magma is getting closer to the finished product. Half an hour later, the sound of the system suddenly sounded. Ding! Congratulations to the host for refining the perfect quality spirit weapon and obtaining 5,000 energy points. Successful. Lin Shu opened his eyes, smiled slightly, and glanced at the system panel. Host. Lin Shu. Realm. Intermediate Practitioner. Energy value. 5,500. Weapon fire. Purifying Holy Fire LV3. Equipment. Red Gold Flame Skin Rare Spiritual Weapon. Steel Bear Body Excellent Spiritual Weapon. Burning Blood Perfect Spiritual Weapon. Black Gold Battle Bone Perfect Transcendent Weapon. Perfect Spirit Tool. If it wasn't for refining near a volcano, if it wasn't for the eruption of the volcano, which created an excellent refining environment for Lin Shu, I'm afraid it might not be able to achieve perfect quality. Now, blood is the strongest among all my equipment. Lin Shu said. I just don't know how strong the perfect spirit tool's magma blood is. Lin Shu wants to test it. But at this moment, boom, the sound in the crater suddenly weakened, and the water level of the magma inside began to drop, and it was no longer so explosive and boiling. The volcano erupted, it was over. The temperature of the entire volcano began to drop, and the magma rivers on the volcano began to cool down. The terrifying oppression of the flames that enveloped the world gradually disappeared. Not far away, in the pothole under the truck, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu hid inside for 3 days. They weren't idle either. For safety's sake, they dug deeper and dug a small tunnel. Since then, I have been practicing in the tunnel. The rations and water they carry with them are enough to last them for a long time. I don't know what happened to Senior Lin, has he escaped, or... Zhao Yu was a little worried. Lin Senior should still be alive. After all, he is so strong that he can kill a 3rd-tier lava beast. However, the physique of a human being is far less powerful than that of a beast. The ferocious beast has a strong physique, strong defense, strong survivability, and is still big. Even if a hole is melted by magma, the probability of survival is high. Human beings are different. The movement seems to be quieter. Has the volcano stopped erupting? Zhao Xing said suddenly. The two quieted down and listened carefully for a while, only to find that there was indeed less movement. The two decided to go out to find out the situation later. At the same time, a red-black python with 2 heads approached the volcano. On the other side, there was a huge scorpion covered with crystal red scales, crawling back to the volcano. These 2 ferocious beasts exude a terrifying aura. They are the 2-headed red fire python and the poisonous flame scorpion. They were once the 3 strongest beasts on that volcano alongside the lava beast. They also fled during the eruption, but not far. Noticing the end of the volcanic eruption, they returned as soon as possible. Because although a volcanic eruption is a disaster, it is also accompanied by opportunities. When a volcano erupts, a large amount of magma will erupt, and some treasures buried deep in the ground may be hidden in it. For example, the 2-headed red fire python was seriously injured by the magma during the last volcanic eruption and could not escape, but it was also a blessing in disguise, devouring a strange spar and undergoing a mutation, achieving its current strength and status. The 2-headed red fire python and the flame poisonous scorpion looked at each other, their eyes were full of murderous intent, almost fighting. But they still decided to look for the treasure first, and then it would not be too late to decide the outcome. When the 2 3rd-tier ferocious beasts looked away, they looked at the volcano and were about to look for treasures. They actually found that there was a human figure near the crater. The 2-headed red fire python and the poisonous flame scorpion stared at Lin Shu together, with anger and murderous intent appearing in their pupils. That human is still alive. The human was actually faster than them, and had already reached the crater. Absolutely cannot let the treasures be found by that human being. Whoosh, whoosh. The 2-headed Chawomong and the poisonous flame scorpion shot out like 2 sharp arrows. They rushed up the volcano quickly, and approached Lin Shu. At the same time, these 2 3rd-tier ferocious beasts let out a deterrent roar. Lin Shu, who was near the crater, heard the sound, looked down, and saw 2 rushing Tier 3 beasts. Tisk, I just want to try the power of magma blood, so you guys will come to your door. Lin Shu laughed, and waited for the prey to come to his door. The speed of the 2-headed red fire python was faster than that of the poisonous flame scorpion, and it arrived in front of Lin Shu first. Its body stands upright, a full 10 to 20 meters high, and the snake letter in the 2 huge heads is burning with flames, which is extremely intimidating. Boom, boom. The double-headed red fire python opened its 2 bloody mouths, and suddenly ejected flames containing toxins, hitting Lin Shu accurately. The flame temperature is extremely high, and the key is highly poisonous. Generally, once a Grand Grade Master is hit, it will be severely injured even if it does not die. Lin Shu, however, took his time and moved each piece of equipment. Boom. On the red gold flame skin, the flame ignited by magma blood rises up, showing dark red blood color, raging and violent. The flame attack of the double-headed red fire python was greatly slashed by the flames burning on Lin Shu's body, and then landed on the skin without leaving any scars. Blood of magma combined with red gold flame skin, the defense is stronger, especially the resistance to flames. Lin Shu said. The double-headed red fire python is the top existence among the fierce beasts of the fire element, but the poisonous fire sprayed with all its strength at this moment can't hurt Lin Shu. This is the new blood, the improvement brought by magma blood. The 2-headed red fire python was a little surprised. I didn't expect that this old human man would not dodge, and resisted his own attack. Isn't this too stupid? Next second, a figure rushed out of the flames. It was Lin Shu. The two-headed red fire python looked and found that Lin Shu was completely unharmed, and there was no trace of poisoning. How did he do this? Immediately afterwards, the double-headed red fire python felt the terrifying flame burning on the surface of Lin Shu's body, which seemed to be stronger than the poisonous fire he spewed out. Boom! Lin Shu punched it, and the crimson fist was burning with dark red flames, giving the double-headed red fire python an extremely dangerous feeling. Sudden, a flow of viscous liquid covered Lin Shu's fist, which was blood magma. Lin Shu's fist doubled in size, with terrifying flame energy attached, like a meteorite falling from the sky, hitting the double-headed red fire python. Boom! The place where the magma iron fist hits produces an astonishing explosion, and the flames are mixed with magma and shot in all directions. And one of the heads of the two-headed red fire python of the third-order ferocious beast exploded directly, and blood flew everywhere. The huge body of the double-headed red fire python, like a cannonball, slammed down the mountain suddenly. Bang bang bang! The double-headed red fire python kept rolling down the mountain, covering a full distance of nearly 1,000 meters, with bloodstains all over its body. If it weren't for the strong body of the beast, if it were a human Grand Great Master who fell like this, he would be completely disabled without dying. On the other side, the poisonous flame scorpion who had just arrived near the crater was stunned. It looked halfway up the mountain, and there was only one head left of the two-headed red fire python, and it was no longer a threat to itself. But the poisonous flame scorpion couldn't be happy. It looked at Lin Shu, with extremely strong fear in its pupils. This human seems to be stronger than when he fought the lava beast. The double-headed red fire python didn't take advantage at all, and I'm afraid it won't be much better. The poisonous flame scorpion didn't dare to make a move easily. Lin Shu looked at his own fist, which was actually wrapped in blood, but his current blood is a special kind of magma, which has all the characteristics of blood and magma at the same time. The punch just now, wrapped in blood magma, is far more powerful than before, and has increased explosive power. Otherwise, it would be difficult for me to blow the head of a third-order beast with one punch. It is very obvious that Lin Shu's burst of combat power is stronger. Also, Lin Shu has a new question. Since magma blood can be mobilized from the body, it can wrap the fist and strengthen the attack. Can it play other tricks? At this time, roar, roar. From the other two directions, there were two loud roars. These two voices come from two other volcanoes. There are 3 volcanoes here, and only one of them erupted, but it also scared away all the beasts on the other 2 volcanoes. However, Tier 3 ferocious beasts are stronger and more intelligent. They had the same idea as the two-headed red fire python and the poisonous flame scorpion. They didn't escape too far, and waited for the volcanic eruption to end, and came to hunt for treasure immediately. These 2 ferocious beasts are both explosive flame lizards, and they are extremely huge, comparable to the lava beast that Lin Shu killed before. 2 explosive lizards rushed over quickly, only to find a human standing on the top of the volcano. And the poisonous flame scorpion was below this human being. It seemed that he didn't dare to go up, and he didn't dare to make a rash move. As for the two-headed red fire python, it was halfway up the mountain, without a head. The 2 explosive lizards suddenly felt that something was wrong. After all, in terms of strength, the two-headed red fire python and poisonous flame scorpion are slightly better than them. Next, Lin Shu heard the sound of these 4 beasts, as if they were communicating. Originally, the two-headed red fire python and the poisonous flame scorpion looked down on and hostile to the third-level fierce beast, the explosive flame lizard on the other 2 volcanoes. Absolutely do not allow explosive lizards to step into their territory. If Lin Shu hadn't been there, the two-headed red fire python and the poisonous flame scorpion would have fought against the two-headed flame lizard. The appearance of Lin Shu completely changed the situation. Especially the punch that was wrapped in magma just now showed incomparably terrifying power, blowing out one of the heads of the double-headed red fire python with one punch. The two-headed red fire python was furious, but it didn't dare to go up alone anymore. In the end, the 4 third-tier ferocious beasts reached a joint agreement. Take down this human being together, and then search for the treasure separately. 2 explosive lizards climbed up the volcano where Lin Shu was. The red flame python with only one head left also moved towards the top of the mountain. The poisonous flame scorpion stared closely at Lin Shu, quietly waiting for the other third-tier beasts. Is this going to join forces? Lin Shu saw the intention of these fierce beasts. As expected of a Tier 3 ferocious beast, it still has a bit of brains, knowing to let go of grievances and join forces against the enemy. Then, I will accept the precious materials on your body. Lin Shu smiled lightly. The products produced by Tier 3 ferocious beasts are naturally Tier 3 materials, which are very rare and extremely valuable. Lin Shu's black gold battle bone is still a transcendent weapon, as well as other parts of the body, which can also be refined, all of which require materials. In addition, red gold flame skin, steel bear flesh body, and magma blood will require a lot of materials if they continue to refine and improve their quality. When the four fierce beasts gradually approached the top of the mountain and approached Lin Shu. Lin Shu moved. Whoosh! He took the initiative to attack, rushed down the mountain, and killed one of the third-order beasts. Naturally, the two-headed red fire python should be chosen. No, it's the red fire python, after all there is only one head left. Hiss! The red fire python roared angrily. Why did Lin Shu target him again? It showed apprehension, and its speed up the mountain suddenly slowed down. It didn't dare to confront Lin Shu head-on. After all, there was only one head left, and it would be over if it was blown off again. Boom! The red fire python opened its mouth and spewed out a sea of flames, burning everything within a 100-meter radius, trying to prevent Lin Shu from approaching. But Lin Shu was a person who had bathed in the magma, and the poisonous fire emitted by the red fire python did no harm to him. I saw Lin Shu ignoring the flames, approaching the red fire python in a straight line, and punched out suddenly. The fist was gradually covered by blood-red magma, and the burning flames became more violent, as if a huge flaming meteorite had hit it. Seeing Lin Shu's fist, the red fire python remembered the scene of his head being blown off just now, and couldn't help but let out a terrified roar. Whoosh! The red fire python backed away, not daring to approach Lin Shu. But if you don't get close, is it okay? I saw a mass of crimson magma, swirling dark red blood flames, erupting from Lin Shu's fist, turning into a crimson exploding energy cluster, piercing through the void, blasting towards the red fire python. Boom! This mass of crimson bursting energy hit the only remaining head of the scarlet fire python, blasting it. The third-tier hegemony beast, the double-headed red fire python fell. Sure enough, blood of magma can play other tricks. Lin Shu laughed. Under normal circumstances, the power that erupts from a close punch is the strongest. After reaching Martial Master or Grand Grade Master, spirit power can be released through the body to release long-range attacks. The damage of a long-range attack is definitely not as good as a close-up burst, and the farther the distance of a long-range attack is, the lower the damage will be. The move just now was thought of by Lin Shu on the spur of the moment. He mobilized the magma blood and exploded with fist power, which was much stronger than Lin Shu's simple long-range attack method. This trick is called magma cannon. Everyone's martial Dao path is different. Generally, when you reach Martial Master or Grand Grade Master, you can create the most suitable combat skills for yourself. Even if this magma cannon is Lin Shu's own combat skill, most people can't learn it. I just don't know if the magma cannon will cause anemia if it is used too much. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. On the left and right sides of Lin Shu, two flame-exploding lizards and flame-poisoning scorpions were rushing towards them, and then they saw the scene of Lin Shu punching the red fire python. The three fierce beasts were stunned. They thought they would be able to encircle Lin Shu in time and team up with the red fire python to besiege Lin Shu. The four-headed Tier 3 ferocious beasts teamed up will definitely be able to kill this human being. But did not expect Lin Shu killed the red fire python so quickly. It is too fast. Whoosh! Lin Shu approached the second third-rank beast, the poisonous flame scorpion. Magma cannon. When approaching the poisonous flame scorpion for a certain distance, Lin Shu used his combat skills. Boom! A mass of hot magma burning dark red blood flames turned into a fiery energy shock wave, smashing towards the poisonous flame scorpion. The poisonous flame scorpion was knocked over, a deep hole was smashed out in the back, the deadly scorpion tail was directly smashed, and fell to the side. I saw a mass of magma in the meat pit on the back of the poisonous flame scorpion, melting the flesh and blood, and the raging fire was burning crazily. Roar! Hiss. The poisonous flame scorpion let out a few painful roars, then stopped struggling and collapsed on the ground. Another third-order ferocious beast has fallen. And it was instantly killed by Lin Shu. At this moment, Lin Shu deeply realized that magma blood brought on improvement, it is really too strong. Not far away, the two explosive lizards abruptly stopped in their tracks and froze in place, with a shocked and terrified expression on their faces. The inflammatory scorpion actually fell like this. Both the red fire python and the poisonous flame scorpion are slightly stronger than them. But at this moment, he was swiftly beheaded by this human grandfather. It's so scary. What the hell is this human grandpa? The powerhouse of realm. A chill of death swept over the whole body of the two explosive lizards. They regretted very much why they came to this volcano to join in the fun, and why they agreed to the joint agreement between the red fire python and the poisonous flame scorpion. The two explosive lizards turned around and fled. Both the double-headed red fire python and the poisonous flame scorpion were easily beheaded by Lin Shu. They are definitely not Lin Shu's opponents, and they will definitely die if they stay. When you come, don't try to escape. Lin Shu immediately launched a hunt. It never showed mercy to ferocious beasts. What's more, these two ferocious beasts came to kill On just now, so it is even more impossible to let them go. Nowadays, Lin Shu's speed reached the Grand Great Master level, not slower than these two lizards. But it's really not that easy to kill two Tier 3 ferocious beasts that are running away with all their strength, unless Lin Shu's speed can be better, or the speed of the two explosive lizards can be slowed down. The former Lin Shu couldn't do it, but it was no problem to slow down the speed of the explosive lizard. Because the volcanic eruption has just ended, there are still many magma rivers near the crater. Although the energy of the magma river is weakening and the threat is decreasing, it can still have a certain impact on the third-order beasts. But Lin Shu was completely unaffected. He was wrapped in the magma flames erupted from magma blood and red-gold flame skin, ignoring the magma river. In this way, Lin Shu was able to catch up to the explosive lizard smoothly and launch a fierce attack. After some pursuit, these two third-tier ferocious beasts also fell at Lin Shu's feet. At this time, under the volcano, under the truck, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu poked their heads out. They looked around very cautiously, and climbed out cautiously when they found no danger. Zhao Xing took out the binoculars and looked around, but he didn't find Lin Shu's figure. He didn't know if he was dead or alive. Suddenly he heard a movement and immediately looked towards the volcano. Lin Sr., Zhao Xing exclaimed in surprise. It's really great that Lin Sr. is not dead. What really surprised him was that Lin Shu was on the volcano. When the volcano erupted, a devastating force sprayed out, covering the world, and many beasts died here before they could escape in time. And the closer to the volcano, the more dangerous it is. Even the powerful Tier 3 beasts dare not stay on the volcano when it erupts. But Zhao Xing didn't think too much about it, anyway, as long as Lin Shu didn't die. The two siblings immediately ran to the volcano and climbed to it. Lin Sr., it's great that you're all right. My brother and I have been hiding underground for a few days, and I've been worrying about you all the time. Zhao Yu showed a beautiful and moving smile. You are all fine, so what happened to me? Lin Shu smiled, but she was still very happy in her heart. The brothers and sisters were still thinking about themselves in times of danger. It's just in time to come, help me pack up the booty. Lin Shu said. Loot. Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu glanced around. They thought the spoils Lin Shu mentioned were lava beasts. After all, they saw with binoculars that Lin Shu killed the Tier 3 lava beast. But the lava beast died early, and was completely covered up by the magma erupting from the volcano. The brothers and sisters did not find the body of the lava beast, but they saw the bodies of other fierce beasts. This is the poisonous flame scorpion, and the explosive flame lizard. And this snake, these are all Tier 3 beasts. So many Tier 3 beasts. The two brothers and sisters were completely shocked. Tier 3 ferocious beasts are extremely ferocious overlords who command many younger brothers. There is a saying in the hunting camp, when encountering a Tier 3 ferocious beast, don't run away, it's useless, just wait for death. It can be seen how terrifying the third-order beast is. But at this moment, the brother and sister realized something even more terrifying, that is the corpse of a third-order ferocious beast. How did these third-order beasts die? Could it be that Lin Shu Sr. killed them all? Lin Shu Sr. is so powerful. Or was it killed by magma from a volcanic eruption? The two brothers and sisters were terrified and couldn't calm down for a long time. At the same time, many doubts emerged. But as supporters, they didn't ask more questions, but entangled with another question. Lin Sr., even if you help us refine the weapon to a perfect quality, we still cannot cut the material from the third-order beast. Zhao Xing showed a helpless smile. His heart is also in pain. That is a Tier 3 beast. How valuable should the materials on a Tier 3 ferocious beast be? But unfortunately, the two of them couldn't cut the material. From the second level to the third level is a transformation, and the defense of the beast has been greatly improved. A perfect transcendent weapon can only leave scars at most, and it is very difficult to smoothly cut the material of the third-order beast. The two brothers and sisters looked at the material of the third-order fierce beast anxiously, feeling very distressed. It's like a big list is placed in front of you, all you need to do is sign it, but you don't have a pen. Do you think it's urgent? Lin Shu rubbed his chin and said, this is indeed a problem. He doesn't have a weapon himself, so he can at most use brute force to tear the material, which can easily damage the material and reduce its value. Well, I'll help you to refine a spiritual weapon. Lin Shu said. For Lin Shu, who is a craftsman, it is very simple to forge suitable tools if there are no suitable tools. However, Zhao Xing and Zhao Yu were dumbfounded. What? Magic weapon? My God, that's a magic weapon. It is not an exaggeration to describe it as a peerless divine armament. The most common spiritual weapon is worth more than 1 million star coins, and the quality is slightly better. It costs 3 to 4 million star coins. For the two brothers and sisters, this is an unimaginably huge amount of wealth, and it is a surprise encounter that can completely change the fate of the two of them. But Lin Shu said it easily. It seems that for him, refining the spirit weapon is a piece of cake. Also, spiritual weapons are equipment not used by grandmasters, they are just practitioners, they dare not take them. This, Lin Sr., can't do it. The spirit weapon is too expensive. Our brothers and sisters have already obtained a lot of benefits, so we can't be greedy. Zhao Xing shook his head. Yes, Lin Sr., the price of the spirit weapon is too expensive, we can't afford it. Zhao Yu followed suit. Some small favors, they can accept, but such a big favor, they dare not accept rashly, worrying that they will not be able to repay it. Stop whining. If you really don't want it, you can sell the spirit weapon when you return to the hunting camp, and you can give me the money. Lin Shu was most annoyed by the chirping and polite pushing back and forth. The other side. A dark and ferocious chariot slowly approached. It was the chariot of the Spirit Wolf Regiment. Due to the timely evacuation of the Ghost Wolf group, 25 people are alive. Boss, there are a lot of beast corpses. Send it, picking up so many beast materials for nothing. This volcanic eruption is too violent, it killed so many beasts. Lucky, ha ha ha. When approaching the volcano for a certain distance, the members of the car cheered. Although I haven't counted them carefully, there are at least dozens, or even nearly 100 corpses of ferocious beasts. Certainly, the damage of these corpses is serious, and there are few high-quality materials that can be harvested, mainly due to the large quantity. Ha ha ha, the materials from the corpses of these beasts have been successfully harvested, enough for us to eat and drink for several years. Wolf Warrior laughed. The Blood Wolf also showed joy, and at the same time took out the binoculars to observe the distance. He wanted to see if there were any ferocious beasts with high grades and high integrity of corpses. These are all great prizes, and he has to look for them carefully. Blood Wolf seemed to find something moving on the volcano, so he hurriedly moved the telescope back. Then he saw an old man and two young men. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.